Volembole.
Zaxis95 just subscribed for 15 months.
Volembole.
Jimp_ just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
Broken Fingies just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
Creative Echo just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
Rabbit254 just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
Dragon Origin just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
JP Vanguard just subscribed for 1 month.
Volembole.
Queena_K just subscribed for 1 month.
Bolem.
Chamunok just subscribed for 1 month.
Bolem.
Maddie_DW just subscribed for 1 month.
Bolem.
Dark Distros just subscribed for 1 month.
Hello. I think I'm live. What's up, y'all? I think I'm live. I'm just sending up some more stuff. 1 second. Wow, holy shit. So you re-authenticate all of my accounts. What the hell? Dude, one thing I hate about job applying, dude. You always get the spammers, the scammers. I'm like, why is this guy calling me about this job I never applied for? I think about it, I'm like, my data. Where's my data? Okay, I'm back, right? I don't know if my internet's like a little bit slow or am I just high? Okay. Chat, who would win? 100 snotballs or 1 silverback gorilla? Who would win? Truly. I should just work like on stream stuff when I'm streaming, but I'm always I should just like game is like what I'm thinking about. Can we go back and read chat? Am I lagging? Also sub Zexus mystery. Thank you for the 15 months sub Zexus, thank you. Hey man, what's up? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Holy shit, Broken Fingies, Jumpa Dark, Maddie, I can't pronounce. JP. Creative Kunya and Dragon, thank you. Wait, actually my upload and download's fine, I'm just stripping. I'll Google Translate. One day, once I get my brain chip implanted, I'll understand every language. Thank you, astronomy. Or gifted us to astronomy. It's a mystery. J-Bro, Spooky, what's up? Damn, we were on like a hype train. That's actually like kind of nutty. It's actually kind of nutty. I'm reading a book right now. I'm like right at the end. I want to finish it. Do you guys want to listen? Do you guys want me to read it to you? I don't know if I'm allowed to. What if I get copyright striked? Also, yeah, I should hydrate. And I'm like listening to like a Hector video. No, I'm reading I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm like right at the end. It's really good. Okay, where was I? Why is my Spotify always cursed? It's not a manifesto. It's like kind of wild. Basically what the book is about this girl who grew up in a bunker, and she lived with like 39 other women in the bunker, and they were like monitored by 3 guy guards. And then one day there's like a siren that goes off, and then the guards leave the key inside their keyhole, and the doors open right as the siren goes off, and then they leave, and then like spoilers if you want to read the book, but like when they get out of the bunker, it's like a wide open area, and like they start exploring, and then they're basically like looking for other people and like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, because they don't know if like they're on Earth or like a different planet, because like they were either drugged or like their memories were erased, so they can't really remember their previous lives. But like a lot of them are like old, like they're like different ages of women, but the main character is like the youngest girl. Well, she was a girl. She was the only girl in the bunker whenever it all happened, and when she was like a teenager whenever they got out, and then now she's like older, like a young adult or something. And then they start traveling the outside service world, and then they encounter other bunkers like theirs. But in every other bunker that they find, it's either like 40 men or 40 women, but every other bunker, they're all dead. There's no guards. Every bunker is like basically the same, besides like slightly different things. Like the food are slightly different, or there's like maybe like one rare item like coffee or tea or like milk or like thread, right? And then eventually the main character is the only one left alive, and then she's finally like searching on her own, and then she found a bus with a bunch of dead guards with gas masks on it, and now she's deciding what to do. I think she's gonna keep on following, because she found a road, and then she followed that road for like a day or whatever, and then she found a bus on the road, and in that bus was like a bus of guards that were like all dead. But everyone that she encountered, or that her and like her people from the bunker encountered, they were all dead. Just pretty crazy. This book's pretty good. Yeah, but I spoiled it though, so whatever. Where was I? It's like crazy. It's like holy. I'm like, what the fuck? What actually happened? But yeah, we're just in PF for now. We're just 2 chests to be clear. Where was I? I set off again. Now that I have a book and could learn to read, I was sorry not to have a pencil or anything else to write with to make a note of my route. I'm gonna pause the Hector video. In the evening, before going to sleep, I practiced writing letters in the dirt, copying the sentences and words from the book. I had used a lot of them in speech, so I recognized them and thought about how to construct those that were not in there. The first one I tried to spell was cabin. I had CA from can and bin from compost bin. I just had to put the 2 together to make cabin. Then I spelled cage. The magic E made the A sound like its own name, unlike the short A in cabin. I felt very pleased with myself for working this out, and it looked as though I remembered everything I'd been taught. Sometimes, busying myself in this way, I automatically spoke the words I was trying to write, and I was astonished at the sound of my voice, which had become cracked in raucous. I don't know how to say the word. I was probably forgetting how to talk through lack of practice. That worried me a little. Then I shrugged. So what if I completely forget how to speak? I would never talk to anyone again. All the same, I felt nostalgic for a moment. That wonderful dream never recurred, and I was sometimes acutely aware that I was alone and always would be, and that the only pleasure within my grasp was the all too rare one of satisfying curiosity. I continued from bunker to bunker insofar as there were seasons on this planet where things varied so little. I'm trying to like read it, but it's hard because I'm putting it behind my phone because of my tracking. This is crazy because like, man, like if I was her, fuck, dude, I would not be able to do this. I would not be able to do this shit. That's why it's like so interesting, because I'm like, damn. If I was like the last person alive and I was like held in captivity my entire life with like 39 other women and they all died, I was the only one left, and like we've never found anyone ever alive on Earth, I'll be like, damn. Like what the fuck? That'd be pretty crazy. Got a 70 pack box of Slim Jim. It's called I Who Have Never Known Men. It's pretty crazy. I think it was French and they translated it, I guess, into English, so I'm reading it. Translation, I don't know. Oh, I think we just filled. Damn. The temperature was slightly cooler as it often rained during the night. I slept wrapped in the waterproof sheet, and I set out a little later in the morning, so I had to wait for it to dry. I wore trousers and the jacket. She found a jacket and like pants in the bus with the guards. While waiting for better weather, when I wasn't working on my reading, I made myself a dress from the towels. The ground became greener and the streams deeper. I lost the road. It had become harder and harder to follow. At first, I told myself I must have made a mistake and confused it with the natural formation of the land. Much as I disliked doing so, I retraced my steps. I thought I found it again at the top of a hill, and I scanned the countryside carefully. The direction I'd come from seemed to be the right one, so I went back the same way, hoping I'd only missed it through a lapse of concentration. I waited for the low evening sunlight, which emphasized the contours of the landscape. I saw the thin ribbon stretched up the hill opposite. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck are they talking about in the PS? Snap book club? You know, I've never been in a book club chat, to be honest. Okay, I better join the Discord. Okay, where was I? Dude, I need to finish this. I'm at the very end. I want to know what happens. The direction I come from seemed to be the right one, so I went back to the same way. Hopefully that I've only missed it through the lapse in concentration. I waited for the low evening sunlight, which emphasized the contours of the landscape, and I saw the thin ribbon stretching up the hill opposite. At dawn the next day, I was able to make out further clues, but after an hour's walking, I could no longer see any clear signs. I decided to cover a vast semicircle area with a radius of 5,000 steps. For 3 days, I walked back and forth and had to resign myself to the fact that the road ended there. I was bitterly disappointed. I had so hoped that it would lead me somewhere. I'd forgotten that nothing made sense in that wilderness. Do people build roads that suddenly vanish? Yes, I told myself. Yes, these people did. I feel like sitting down on the ground and weeping, but luckily, my anger was the stronger and drove me on. I had to decide on a new direction. At first I chose the east, then the road that made me deviate towards the southwest, and now I resolved to go due south. I had less energy. The road and the bus, which had given me so much hope, had turned out to be insoluble mysteries like everything else, and from time to time I said to myself that it was a pretty meager reward after 2 years walking. But gradually my natural resilience took over again, and as I made my way towards one hilltop to another, it occurred to me to organize my route more cleverly than in a straight line. By going straight, I was only exploring a very narrow area, and perhaps I was missing things to the left or the right. The fruitless semicircle gave me an idea. I would walk in huge parallel arcs, 2 or 3 hours apart, depending on how I felt and on the appeal of the terrain. Okay. I'm on page 146. Shit! Shit. I've never been like in an official book club. Okay. The song's so good. Okay, I haven't really rated since I last streamed. I'm just trying to like fix my fucking setup. Ugh. Let's see if I remember everything. I studied, but let's see how much the body remembers. That book is so good, dude. I literally started it today. It is a smaller book. It's not like a really, really long story. And I finished Fahrenheit 451. I'm so shit. Dude, that show's good. That show's good. That show's a classic for a reason. It's pretty good. I didn't read like the afterword and all that shit. Do you guys read like the afterword or like the shit, the extra shit at the end of a book or before a book? Sometimes I'd be skipping that preface, that pre-word. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time I'm like, dude, sometimes I read one dude and I'm like, dude, this guy's just jerking himself off, you know what I mean? Or like, in a way. Or is that just me? But maybe it's just me being pretentious. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to get to the meat of it, you know? I'm here for a reason. Let's just start reading what I want to read. But then maybe I'm like, if it's like a book I actually own, then I'm like, okay. Let me log in now. Okay, I have to log in. Okay, I got the shit off, baby. No way! That's actually kind of insane. This game is shit. This game is actually shit. I'm thinking about that book. Also, I haven't streamed the previous days because work is shit. Work is shit. I'm a fucking rat. I'm a fucking rat in a machine. We live in a society. We'll never be freed. Okay, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean. How many books do you need for a twine, Shatars? How many books do you need for a twine? Oh, trying to like the longest. Oh, I'm fucking hit. What the hell, man? I hate this frog fight. What is the condition for this fucking up? I forgot. I don't remember. Is it fucking up the half include or fucking up the pairs? Or is it both? That's rude. What's rude? I don't remember what I even said. It's rude that I'm talking about that we live in a society. Just I'm awake now, you know what I mean? My eyes are open. Oh, how did that not clip me? I don't even know. That's actually gnarly as fuck. But I feel like this book would be like infinitely worse. Like that is definitely like probably one of the worst possible existences ever. Ever. Up there with like I have no mouth and I must scream. Frau Tarausch. What the hell? What the helly? The Helly Brown James? The Helly Cyrus? The Helly? Yeah, I need to watch Severance. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Oh. I'm glad I'm reading again because it really, I think, like, I don't even know, my life was so much more different, like, when I wasn't reading. So I feel like there really is just, like, some great, well, I'm a fiction reader. I have a few, like, non-fiction books. I mainly read, fiction. How am I gonna do this shit, dude? I couldn't see shit. I was star diving. Okay, let me actually lock in. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Is it BM? To hold LB? Oh, LB like once we're about to clear. But I always hold it in PF. Just cause like I don't know, man. Oh my god, have you guys heard that new 5 song? I'll cue it later. I need to actually, I don't think I have it added to this playlist. Is that it now? Why is my shit so cursed? So then now, I guess? So then after. Yeah, it's a funky floor. I hate the fucking first Disco Inferno so much. This is fine. Like I don't mind funky floor or whatever. Wow, celebrate good times. Okay. I hit my fucking arm's length instead of my LV. Holy shit. That is so fucking funny to me. That is so funny, dude. Yay. I don't need anything. We're triggering. Yeah, so we just free rolling. Try to get y'all think I get any of this? I don't know, dude. Should I just I don't know. I wouldn't mind the ring though, to be quite fair. Okay. Yeah, I don't really. I think I'm okay. Yeah, so there's no way I can't get any of this shit. There's no fucking way. Maybe. Should I just leave? Should I just see? I don't need it though, to be honest. I think some of them actually need it. It's mainly because they have passed for me for like 3 weeks. I insta left. Holy shit. That's crazy to me. Okay, I think we're going back in PF chat. If you guys want to come, I think we need a tank. That's 2 chests though. Where was I? No. No, I just need a twine and the weapon, the thing, I forgot what it's called. I miss doing P10S. P10S. Also, was a Mr. Ray, was a Jerbo, was a Samir. What did I say 4 for? What the hell are you on to? Doja went to my high school? Who? What? Oh, Doja Cat. I thought you meant like Doge Cat, like the meme. I was like, what? Are you memeing me right now? They hit me with the epic meme? Was she chill? Okay, like M6 is probably like worse when we like actually lock in. My making number Doja is now 2. What does that even mean? I want to read that book again. Should I read it? Or should I just lock in? Where was I? I'm trying to find where I was. Um. Oh, the fruitless semicircle gave me an idea I would walk in huge parallel arcs, 2 or 3 hours apart, depending on how I felt and on the appeal of the terrain. Of course, that was much harder to calculate than going straight ahead. And when all I had to do was pick out the landmarks and walk towards them. I knew that if you followed the sun, you'd go around in a circle. I got involved in complicated reckonings and experiments on the ground. Need to follow the sun for a while and then change directions at midday. At that time, I had no means of making a map of my journey, but in the evenings I drew on the ground with stones and gazed at it for a long time to ensure I memorized it. Like, dude, like I would have given up. Not gonna lie. She's like fucking eyeing me now, man. I'm so fucking shit at doing the lightning in this fight. I'm trying to remember like all the patterns. Damn, I'm so close to finishing it. Oh, was it mean that I was saying that I don't really like the before words and the afterwards? I think like once I'm more mature, then I'll read it, like unironically. But be honest, do you actually read like afterwards in a book? Like, I'm like, alright, well, on to the next thing, you know, is what I'm thinking. Oh, fuck, I think right about here. Oh shit, that's something funny. I was supposed to earlier, it's okay. Get me like actually lock in, because it's very easy for me to puppy troll in this fight. It's simple. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like my life was so different before I started reading. Or when I wasn't reading, because I read in middle school. I liked reading in elementary and middle school. I didn't really read in high school a lot, because I was mainly studying or doing like club activities or like bands. So I was just like locked into other shit at the time. Because I didn't have like a study hall. I could, but then again, that's also an excuse. I definitely could have read. I could be, I don't even know, man. I feel like finding uptime on this fight will be, it's gonna fucking annoy me so bad. Ah! Oh my god, dude, I can't even fucking start over now. Dude, I thought I fucking went in too early. I thought I was dead. Oh my god. Sorry. Sorry, everyone, that's asleep. Oh my god. Dude, what the fuck? I know it snaps kind of early, but I don't know. Oh my god. Sugar Riot. There's like that blind box like Peach Riot. My like sister convinced me to get one. I have it on my PC now. Chat, one of my students is very adamant about me adding him on Marvel Rivals. I mean, dude, I should not, cause like, dude. That's like the god pattern. This fight's like low-key kind of fun though, on melee. On Dragoon. Oh my god, I'm getting juiced. Get them in this- dude, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? That damn laughing minion is like the bane of every streamer. I swear, it's so fucking funny. Like, I can't think of this. I can't think of this dude. It's so fucking funny. I was on the come up when that shit was like, not, you know what I mean? I was there. We were there. We were fucking there. I'm scared of angling that like really bad. Da-da-da. Chicken jockey. Dude, my students like say chicken jockey and it's like so weird to me. It's like, oh my god. Like the kid brain rot is real. Like they love that chicken jockey shit. And they wanted to watch the like Minecraft movie when I was like subbing. I was like, dude, holy fuck, bro. I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude. I need to watch it still. I could just wait until it's like on streaming. I don't mind. I do that sometimes. I don't know. I've just been lazy. I don't really like. I don't even know. I watch movies in theaters that much. I'm staying targeting honor just for the sake of. But imagine you're locked inside a bunker with 39 other snotballs. And like they don't even have like a covered bathroom. Like you have to like shit out in the open. And I was like, dude, fuck that. Like 39 other people around me when I'm shitting. Oh my god, I would hate my life. Right? Like doesn't that just sound like cooked? It's so bad. Like, it sounds so cooked. Sounds so fucking gnarly. Let's say pro, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god. I fuck with the song so much. It's kind of troll, but I fuck with it. Hey, is that Retrian? I think it is. Oh, come on. I dodged that in time, holy shit. Holy fuck. That's what kind of like subconscious dodging. Okay, I hate this next fucking part more than ads actually, low key. Cause I'm so fucking bad at it. Cause I think I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen every pattern yet. I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen like light party. It's always lightning. Oh, it actually is fire. Na 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 na. So play it safe. Oh, that's like super late, but whatever. Oh. Should just held it, but whatever. Oh, I accidentally doubled up. My bad. What is she saying? I fuck with her though. I fuck with Sugar Riot. I fuck with her. We better have each other added on Instagram. I should remember exactly when he does the proteins. Damn. The episode of teaching ELs, all the memes I hear of the language I don't see. Yeah, I feel like there's so many good memes like, that I have no idea that even exist. Oh my gosh. I don't even know Violet Chachi is in this video? It's actually basis like she's like one of my favorite drag queens ever. And that's like a little spotlight. Featured short. Probably in the actual. Oh, I fucking did my shit way too late. Okay, it's whatever. Thought it was way too early. Also, what's up, Snailer? What are some international memes that you guys know about? Like, be for real, don't be lying. All I know is like Shabal. Shabal. A Tirano dance. Nishiyama da 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 da. Nishiyama daddy daddy. Dude, that shit was huge. Remember? Dude, why is it keep on sliming me? Dude, I can't get my star diver off. Holy shit. Unironically, holy shit. Bombaglat. Is it insensitive for me to say that? Like, I love when people say that. Like, I love when people say that. I'm like, I want something like crazy happens and then some guy says bombaglat. I'm like, damn, bombaglat. That's what I'm saying mentally, but I'm like, I don't know if that's okay for me to say it, so I don't say it, you know. Bombaglat. So it's like, I'm like, you know, I'm Asian, so I don't know if I'm like allowed. Like every clip I see that like says it, it just like always is just like unironically like funny. Like it's like actually funny. Mid bomb. I'm trolling. I'm kind of trolling there. I'm like almost kind of greeting too much. I could have probably weaved it better. It's okay. Mim bomb. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I never think to say it. I don't know. Like I said, because I'm not around people that say it. Yes, very much so. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm more prone to probably wall than get clipped. Normally I walk that hoe though. Okay, now you're opening up my hunting log. Mid bomb. No! I mean, do you guys say that though? Do you say bumbleclot in your daily vernacular? Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. What are your guys' like catchphrases or phrases that you say a lot? Either because of your friends or just because you just some like other influence. That shit's stuck in my head. Do you hate whenever something is stuck in your head, or do you appreciate it because it's memorable enough to be annoying? What's your take, chat? Better to have loved and to have lost? Or is it better to have never loved at all? Nishiyama daddy daddy. I feel like I always fuck up this. Like, I feel like this is gonna be like the most annoying thing for me for optimizing this fight is trying to get like the ideal Dragoon cleave, because it's just like the most fucking like literally like ball busting like fucking like anal pain ever to like cleave on Dragoon sometimes. Like not even trying to be facetious or like over exaggerating, like unironically. Because it's just easier to position it if you're like a circle AoE like fucking Samurai Monk. It's just 10 times easier, or Nin, you know what I mean? Am I right or am I right? My fellow melee brothers in arms and sisters. Literally. I'm so bad at tap darting, but I think also this game is just bad at it. Or is that just me? Don't lie and say that this game is like natural. I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping. Maybe it's just me and it's just a skill issue. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm gonna really try hard to dodge this naturally. I'm just like trying hard on my fucking cleaving. I'm not even joking. I guess because like it's the 2-minute that's distracting me. Ready or not? The most cursed ever, like 2-minute ever for me, but it's okay. I didn't even pop. What? I thought I hit that shit. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. It kind of redistributes it more into single target anyway. I'm not even gonna sit. It doesn't even matter. It's all arbitrary. Oh, my Lantern. Yo, that was actually huge back in the day with some of my friends. Where's that from? Or is that just a saying that people say? Beautiful! Am I safer? Okay, I was. Okay, I fucked up my rotation, but I'm safe. That's what matters. No! We do a little bit of trolling here. Do a little bit of trolling here on this channel, by the way. So, for every mistake that you see, it's just for the fun of it. It's just for the comedic effect. For the tension. For the tragedy. For the drama of it. For the sport of it. Oh wow, this is a god uptime pattern. Am I lagging? No! I think I lagged there for a second. Am I back, chat? Or was I just like... short-circuiting? Oh, I double mid it again. I'm back. I think I lagged for like a second. I'm back though. Yeah, it's the weather's been kind of shit where I live, so that could honestly be it. It's fucking Spectrum too, so I feel like even speaking their name, you know what I mean. I'm not superstitious, I swear. I feel like I am superstitious when it comes to like internet providers, bro. Oh my god, aren't we all though? To be quite fair. Wow, that actually just feels so bad. I forgot exactly the flow of it. Okay, I'll probably do like right now. Ah shit. Can I do it like right now? Oh man, I pussied out. I was gonna wait to do it after. Damn it, man. I always hesitate so much. I just read everything else. I do want to tome though. But if I lose it, you know, it's fair, honestly. Touchman is worse. If no one wants it, I'll take it. If no one wants it, I'll take it, okay? Can we actually lock in? I need to farm tomes. Damn, we like 1 pull, 2 pull that shit. That is pretty crazy. Also, Subzang. How long was I down? Was it down for just a second? Yo, I love M7. Love M7. I don't think I know, like, it's just the ads. Let me fix my phone 1 second. Trey is proud of me. I messed up a few times though, but it's okay. I'm just trying to live. It's my life. I really want to clear the tier. I'm close. I feel like maybe this is a weak trap, but I have not been like as crazy as I guess like possibly could be. That's okay though. Lesbian. Maybe do you guys do frequently? It's a lot of people up. How much do they? I'm just trying to check like bounty prices if there are any. Just curious. Fanboys Cephas. Okay. Remember when we were on Crystal and I checked the PFs and then there's only like 10 high-ends and the rest were like other. That made me laugh so much. I fuck with that though. Warcore Lador. I need to farm extreme. $7 mil per coffer. Is that on brand for the current economy? Dude, is this a scam? That PF? A scam? Also, I have my AC on, so if you hear buzzing in the bag, it's not you, it's me. Whenever I talk. He's got the weird feet, man. He's got the weird feet. This guy, not this. Is it me? No. I'll fill your fruit. Okay, send the guy into the bunker for 30 years with 39 other delinquent snotballs. Put them on an 18-hour day cycle. Artificial light only. Diet of meat, potatoes, carrots. Cabbage only. Wata, salt only, no other spices. Who's talking about feet? Did I say feet? I don't even know. Sorry.
生身の挑戦者は複数の魔物の力を持つ相手にかなうのか
Am I meowing? Oh no, I just doing cat face. My cat face. I call it cat face, but I guess the real its real birth name is colon 3. I call it cat face, so I don't know about y'all. No! I forgot the timing. I'm just so troll. Oh my god. Spore sack. I think normal also is better to clump them. Ah! I need to stop fucking overcapping my life surge right here. I'm like literally a fucking troll loser. Like holy shit, dude. Troll loser. It's okay though. Stone Ringer. Jerry Springer. Oh! Wow. No! Damn it. I've been recruiting for free for the past like 2.5 hours and haven't filled it. Are you serious? I mean, it's still popping. I guess maybe because still Savage, still fresh, more people are doing Savage right now. I'm sure once Savage is like stale as fuck, people will be doing more Fru. Post show, because I just definitely Ultimates have better shelf life. So help Zach with Fru, dude. I'm literally in raid right now. I'm literally in raid right now. Bruta Abominator. Are you trying to clear for the first time? Bro, I'll help you after this. After my book. After my book. Will I get sued if I read a book on stream? I was gonna tweet that out and ask. I'm scared. I'm scared of reading a book because I'm just like, oh, I just want to read it. And then it's over. Then I get like DMC strike or copyright strike, and then I lose all the snowball. I lose custody of everyone. It's over. Lost the war. Signed a peace treaty. Fresh to clear, right? Can you unironically fresh to clear? I feel like that's just like a pipe dream. A pipe dream of every raider. I mean, honestly, those... I heard someone was like fresh to clear, like fucking uwu and like clear, or like did it for real in like 1 PF. I don't know how truthful that actually is, so... I feel that's doable. Or like EXs. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man, dude. Yeah, it's something where save the bro. M2. I love this fight. Definitely a lot more than M5, M6. But I also like M5 and M6 a lot more than for the first tier. For sure. I mean, I like Black Cat. It's okay. I'm not gonna like blow my fucking brain into oblivion. You know what I mean? Defending it though, right? It's like it's chill. It's not offensive. Fucking M2. I don't like M2. Of the first tier, if you will. Nothing against Honeybee level. I mean, honestly though, I did like a good portion of the fight. I just really hate alarm pheromones. Even if the mechanic is, in essence, is easy, it's just actually executing the mechanic. It's always bullshit on Melee. It's always bullshit. It always is. No matter how much you try, no matter how much money you put into your child's college fund, it's still gonna be cooked. Why am I like delayed like a loser? What's your guys' favorite X of the expansion so far? I mean, honestly though, I feel like I like the most recent one the most. I also like Belly Armando. It's pretty chill. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Belly Armando. Corners. Oh, little marker. No! I got hit. I don't know why. I need to like triangulate how actually far. Okay. I'm free for them steer. I'm free. I feel like the OG like M3 like arena is like somewhere in this background, or am I just thinking too hard? Head cannon. Oh my god, I totally forgot to LB. LB2. Can I send it here? I'm scared. I don't know what should I send it? I'm trolling. I can't find it. Someone's under here. It's way too late. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking trolling. But I'm also still winning the fight, to be... I'm not like an expert yet.
手に汗握る熾烈な戦いが続いています
I wish I just could motivate myself to grind harder in PF. It's just when I'm like in PF, I'm lazy because like I'm stressing out about work. This is so troll. It's so cursed. Yes. Yeah, I was just playing that safe. I could have sent that shit, but I was like, I don't want to get clipped. Oh! I don't know why I was so scared there. I think we're fine. I don't know. I kind of trolled us with LB. I can't even reach my high jump. That sucks so bad. Hold it here. I'll send it whenever they send it. What is enrage? Now? Damn! I don't know if I like I fucked up. I fucked up the LB though. Yeah, I messed up the LB. My bad. Yeah. Say Lloyd. I totally forgot about LB too, I'll be honest. Also, it's almost. It would have been cutting. Yeah, I'll say I don't. Even with LB2, I don't know if we would have gotten it. To be fair, yeah, you're right. That's still honestly pretty good. I don't know. I love this fight. I need to clean my inventory, oh my god. I used to be like infinitely worse though. But it's getting there. Also that Trino. I think my music is too loud. I need to turn on my Discord. How do I turn on just the output of everyone? It's just output volume, right? Be right now. I'm like tempted to read the book, but I'm like I'm let me stay locked into the game right now and not like be distracted. I can go pee. Or I can go pee. I'm gonna go pee actually. I just send it. It's a good angle. I'll be back. Get me your beat. Okay, I'm back. I use restroom and I got a snack. I get those sour freeze-dried Skittles. Oh my god. I go, who? Love sour Skittles. You don't just a little bit more gnarly, like it doesn't have like the sour coating, like the bumpy coating on a sour Skittle. Like the inside is sour and it has like its candy guts exposed. I feel like it's more sour than the normal sour Skittles. And it fucks up your tongue 10 times more, which is saying something, right? Because the sour Skittles fuck up your tongue after you eat a lot of them. Thank you, Jan. Thank you. They are crunchy. I don't chew them. I kind of just suck on them until they disintegrate, and then I chew them a little bit. Yeah. Bob. Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Okay, I gotta stop eating this shit, dude. I feel like I definitely reduced my lifespan by eating so much candy. C'est la vie. Those are like really, really strong. I need to change up my adventure plate, dude. Make it more raunchy. I wish I could work on them in here. Can I? Yo, let me add my plate inside a fucking thing. Honestly, I fuck with all of them. She is me and I am her. What should I listen to? I love this song so much. I need to stop eating these, dude. I don't eat these for days and I just eat like a fucking handful in one sitting. That's me with like food and like books. Like I'll eat like a bunch of it, then I'll be like, I'll have like my fill of it, and then I'm like, okay, I won't come back to it for a bit. Love Amy Winehouse. I need to listen to more of her trap. Yeah, the flavors are different. Kinda like them more. $30 pieces, only 120 calories. That's not bad, but it has 42% of your recommended amount of added sugars. Like what? But only 10%, like 28 grams of total carbs, but the added sugar amount is like, I don't even know. It's like cooked. I don't even know. Okay, I better stop eating them. How much Red Bull you got? I don't know. I should have read the ingredients. I was just looking at the breakdown. Back to when I go back to. Please say goodbye with words I snort 100 times. Black. It's always out. It's always out. It's always out. It's always out. It's always fucking out, dude.
強烈な一撃だが挑戦者は持ちこたえている
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's the fucking the yin and the yang, the burp, then the hiccup. Mein Gott.
これはばらまかれた種から魔物が出てきた
Sakura. Oh, that's good. That is good. I fucking cooked that.
挑戦者が倒れた
That was my fault. Crucify me. I'm crucified. I fucked that up so bad. It's okay. It needs to tone for everything.
おっと中継カメラ
My timer was a little bit off though, because normally I don't have it with the being the originating inner card, so I kind of timed it wrong, to be honest. Like, I normally time it by the support coming from a neighboring inner cardinal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, I must want it back in there. Make a chat. Remind me to LB2 in the next phase. Oh, can I get that? I think I could have. Oh, I'm fucking trolling. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
恐るべき威力
yeah, we'll see.
挑戦者が吹き飛ばされた
We'll see. I would have done a better rotation.
ブルートアボミネーターが壁に張り付い
Better
た
GCD? I don't know. I would have to like calculate it. I would have to spreadsheet it. I think you should always try to get as many GC as you can. I mean, obviously, right? So. That's probably just overthinking it. I'm trying to remember like where the second melody is. Yeah, fuck with this song. This album. Whew. If I handed you a beef and cheese stick pack, what would you eat first? How did I dodge that? Oh, I was about to. It's okay. I feel bad, because I was about to send it. I was trying to get all my burst off though, to be fair. Two, 3, 4 again. It's kind of like actually it's probably the worst. fine. I think.
凄まじい破壊力
Trolling though.
床が抜けてしまった
Thank you for following. Thank you.
急ぎ中
Yeah, follow
継
the
カメ
song
ラ
chat.
の後を追いますどうやら崩落により火災が発生している模様です
Oh!
挑戦者ダウンさあ立ち上がれるか
No!
One piece of candy out of desperation. Sorry. Oh, it's sour.
まさかのブルートアボミネーターとの場外戦です生身の挑戦者は複数の魔物の力を持つ相手にかなうのか
I'm like tongue tied right now. It's so sour. Sorry.
なんと魔物の力で武器を作り出した強烈な一撃だが挑戦者は持ちこたえている これはばらまかれた種から魔物が出てきたオーマイガッシュ挑戦者が倒れた挑戦者復活巻き返せるか
Oh, bad jump. Bad jump. Bad jump. I just got like a normal skill in here. What the fuck? Look, I kind of like normal skittles more than the freeze ride ones, but it's honestly pretty good though. I think it just hurts my mouth way more.
まさかのブルートアボミネーターとの場外戦です生身の挑戦者は複数の魔物の力を持つ相手にかなうのか なんと魔物の力で武器を作り出した強烈な一撃だが挑戦者は持ちこたえている
I'd be sucking on the skittles, like not in this way, like if you're a candy eater, there's some candy that you bite and some candy that you suck to get maximum flavor enjoyment. Like if you eat candy, that's what you know this. You know this. I'm not trying to be like sus or anything. It's a fact of life. Oh. Simple fact of life. I feel like I prefer sucking on Skittles to get the maximum flavor out of them rather than chewing, but sometimes if I'm like in a texture mood, I'll just chew them. But then I eat them faster, right? I think by sucking certain candy, you can not only enjoy the flavor for longer, but also slow the pace of eat them. Sometimes I kind of just like, you know, get on a roll. I don't portion control, brother. Oh, I should. Sometimes I just eat until I feel like I want to stop. The majority of the time, that is how I eat. I love that cat dancing gif. Cat dancing. Oh my god. No, there's no way. I'm not fucking troll. Ah! No, I could've. Maybe I sprinted actually. I don't know. Oh, I'm on the bad rotation. It's honestly fine, I think, for the first bind. I'd have to like actually unironically calculate it though. I feel these Skittles fuck up my stomach, dude. Nope. Sorry. I don't know how I didn't get hit, to be honest. Oh, fuck my life. I agree with that, not gonna lie. Okay, I'll send it. I probably should have waited like maybe a second until like everything was off, so I could have gotten maximum feed. Honestly, oh ho, 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 bro, I fucking love this song. It's actually one of the best for, probably the best permutation for me as a goon, to have as pure of a 1 minute as I can. I almost fucking died. That's fucking for sure. Oh great, why you on my chair, Earl? Oh great. Them is troublesome. Giving me good luck on my pull. Residential Wobble 872. I swear his brutal impact hits were like on beat or something. Ooh, wow. That's actually bullshit, but whatever. Classic.
さすがの挑戦者、攻撃をすべて見切っている。手に汗握る熾烈な戦いが続いています。
I don't know who the hell are all like on this album cover. I don't know, it's like all of them. Utawoids. Utawoids? I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh my god, I love this song. When men got, I love the song.
Oh my gosh! 挑戦者が倒れた。
No!
挑戦者ダウン。さあ立ち上がれるか。
No! Actually, I was kind of close. My food was almost running out. I got this beef stick. I haven't eaten it ever. And when I'm a rock hard.
まさかのブルートアボミネーターとの場外戦です。生身の挑戦者は複数の魔物の力を持つ相手にかなうのか。
I'm in love.
なんと魔物の力で武器を作り出した。強烈な一撃だが挑戦者は持ちこたえている。
I feel like Ken Ashcorp honestly should be more mainstream. Damn it.
これはばらまかれた種から魔物が出てきた。
Alright, I feel like I could honestly probably weave that better. It's okay. It is okay.
おっと中継カメラまで石化して落ちていくぞ。
Motherfucker on the straightest shoulder. Sorry, I really shouldn't say that. Sorry. What's her face got married? I forgot her name. Oh my god. And they were calling her like a Shotokan. I forgot her name. Fuck. I could have gotten one more GCD. I'm a loser. I'm a loser.
恐るべき威力、挑戦者が吹き飛ばされた。
I think if I had like 2 more GCDs, honestly, that would be pretty fire. That would be like pretty fire. That would be like the god run. Gotta get more uptime in a different way. I think that would actually work out. And like just 2 GCDs farther up in my rotation. That'd be pretty fire. I just lost like a fucking GCD right there because I'm... What, dude? I love snow strippers. Off to bed. I mean... Like shaky cooking. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Probably PFing some more. Do you gain LB by healing? I forgot. I don't remember. What? How? That's actually bullshit. I think it's probably late. Should have like so much time there actually. I always like LBing after I dot. I just feel like that's probably the best time for you to LB always as a goon. It's not always going to be like you're not always going to have that be able to LB like right at that time. Sometimes like LBing during certain parts in your rotation, like when your power surge is about to fall off, it feels so bad. It feels really really bad. And it's like damn, I'm like controlling right now. Oh my god, I almost fucking walked off. Actually, yeah, I should just faint there, yeah. I fuck with this song so heavy. Who's Snail? Snailoo? What the hell is that? Oh, Snailer? I have to like double dodge. It's fucking cursed. It's okay though. It's like not good. Not the god run. Honestly, like you can still have like a god run in like your fucking rotation, and then just critting it out of your mind literally makes up for it. So yeah, that's why I never give up. You never know. You might be critting out of your mind. You might be going sage mode. Well, I like fucking gap closed to him like when he was dashing. What the fuck? I do like this rotation. It's not terrible though. I think there's many factors that led to me being on this GCD, but it's like honestly fine. It's not like the worst end of the world. I was listening to Snailer. Oh, you were trying to spell Snailer's name. I was like tweaking. I thought you were trying to spell like Sneerful, and I was like, what? Like, what am I reading? And I was like having a hemorrhage. Maybe I am. I'm entering psychosis. I shouldn't joke about that because sometimes like it's like honestly really scary, but sometimes I feel like I don't know, maybe I do have psychosis. I'm not trolling. Oh my god, I'm scared of my cleave killing it. I just realized. Oh no, if it dies, it's fine, right? It kind of actually, it is fine because it's like the first set in P1. How do we look? We're fine? I don't know. I think we are. I'm locked in. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I think it is. Oh! Yay! Yay! I'll just greet on everything. Oh my god, I felt so low on that. You need this for the weapon, right? I'm pretty sure. Is my cat still behind me?
You're so dirty, little Miss Sweet Thing.
Yes. If that's okay. Serena's kind of like nutty, dude, and it's kind of— oh! And thank you. Damn, we're back here. Oops. What? Are they talking about it? They're talking about like a What is he talking about? What the fuck? That is so fucking funny. That is so funny. He was saying that some guy thought his girlfriend was cheating on him because she was reading M8 or something. That is so fucking funny. I saw this. Oh my god! Y'all think we clear tomorrow? Bye. That was fun. Me to expand my gear. Now what? What should I do? I shouldn't say up too late because I do have work. How do I get the weapon? Black cats and voodoo dolls. Premonition. So you need the Esther. Should I tome farm? Because wouldn't tome weapon be better than EX weapon? Damn. Hey, let's look at my gloves. Dancing in the rain. I mean, it doesn't really fit my fit, but I mean, damn, she got them gloves on, dude. Damn, she got them gloves on. Your brain upside it. Wait, what do I meld? Also, Suppo Pie. Living la vida loca. I meld. Debt. I should glam this shit. I need to get my weapon. I need a tome farm though. Oh shit, I need to glam this, dude. Okay, do you guys unironically do your dailies still? I feel like I haven't done that in so long. I fuck with this game so hard. I don't know. I just love it. It's just chill. It's not offensive. It's simple. I don't mind simple. Okay. I'll get enough tomes for tomorrow. Living la vida loca. Okay, so you need this and this. I have this. 750. Well, then you get a 760 weapon. Wow. Okay, in that case, then try. I need this. Should I CC spam? Should I CC spam to get tomes? Oh my god, that would be like the most degenerate shit ever right now. Or should I just PF and get better? I fuck with the song so heavy, by the way. Can I donate any of this? No, I think all of it's like actually good. Yes, do it. Old Sneer would. Honestly, yeah, Old Sneer would, to be quite honest. What the fuck happened to Sneer? Like, I miss Old Sneer. I miss the old Kanye. That one song. I miss the old Sneerful, straight from the go Sneerful. Or we can play a Minesweeper run. Just do a quick Minesweeper lick, just really quick, just for the fans out there. Just for the fans. Does the water look better, or is it just me and I haven't played the game in like 50 moons? Or did I did I change like my fucking Nvidia fucking settings? What? Or maybe I just haven't played this game in so long. Yo, I didn't do the hatching tide event. I feel kind of guilty, but I kind of don't care. Upside, inside out. I want them just to release hot glam every seasonal event. I feel like that would just really keep the numbers up for the game. Right, chat? I just feel like that's true. Or should I do frontline? Or should I just do nothing? Okay, do you guys still play this fight? Do you guys still play? Do you also play this fucking game? Do you also play this fucking game? Like, unironically, do y'all still play it? Oh my god, I'm trying not to be like a nihilist. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm just thinking out loud right now. I'm just thinking out loud. Do we all play this game right now? Like, raise your hand if you're playing. Raise your hand if you're playing this game right now. 3 mil for M2. That's actually not bad. I'm just curious. I'm just looking at just how the rates are going because EJ was making me think about that. 5 mil for M3. This one's 2 mil. So this guy's selling a lot lower. Okay, there are some Barses. There's like one in a million. If I can tome cap by end of today, tomorrow I will have enough tomes to buy a weapon, or by tonight. I'm just like lazy. I can't imagine in 2025 doing top in PF. Like maybe I think it would be fun. I should just do it. I don't know. I just never like ult PF. I'm just lazy. I guess like I need a certain amount of time to come back to it for it to be like fun for me, because like I don't know, I kind of know the entire fight, and I guess like a part of that spark is gone. I mean the main part would just be like either raid logging or just helping clear people, or just for fun if I want more totems. But I don't know, I already have like I have like an old weapon for like every job now, and I don't know if I chase vanity. I think that like my totems will come as they come, right? Like I'll get my totems just naturally helping people. So okay, I'm gonna go use restroom and I'll think about what to do. Or should I finish that book? I can't stay up late, but I want to. No, I should save it for when I like right before I go to bed. How many pages do I have left? So the final page is 164. I'm on page 146. Chat, what is that math? What's 164 minus 146? Tell me the answer when I come back. I'll be right. I'm gonna use restroom. Alright, back. We don't know how to do math. Are you serious? You're like literally in Twitch chat and you don't know how to fucking do math? You're literally in Twitch chat and you don't know how to do math? You thought I fell into the toilet? Dude, I've never fallen into the toilet. Actually, there was one time where I tried sitting down and I kind of fell into the toilet because the seat was up and I didn't think it was, and I just kind of like automatically just sat down, just autopilot, because like I autopilot when I'm fucking using the restroom, because I'm like, yep, we're back here again, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna fucking, you know, whatever. Oh my god, size map. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Okay, it's 164 minus 146, dude. It's easy. Okay, let's do it together. Wait, let me just double check the numbers. Yeah, 146, and the last page is like 164. Okay, so 4 minus 6, so 14 minus 6 is 14 minus 6. It's like 8, okay. So 8 in the ones place. And so it's like 18, so like 18 more pages. I bet you look at your phone while pissing. Yeah, I normally do, but since I use my phone for my phone face tracking, I don't bring it while I'm like streaming. I normally do though. Yeah, 14, yeah, I can do. I know. Should I just read it right now? Should I read it to you guys? I don't think they're gonna sue me for like reading 16 pages of a book. I kind of want to read it like right now. I want to know what happens. But I need to listen to like instrumental music because I won't be able to focus. Should I listen to classical music? I'm trying to look up classical music right now. It's giving me classic rock, bro. Classical. 40 most beautiful piano classics? What the hell? Okay, I'll read it. I'll read some of it, and if I get bored, I'll just like do some CC for fun. Where was I? Sometimes, like, whenever I can't remember where I left off exactly, I'll just reread some of them. Let me drink some water really quick. Why don't you come tank Cobb? We need a tank. Dude, I've never tanked an ultimate nor tanked a savage raid. There's no way. I did call up on melee, which was like probably the easiest role. Yo, there's no music. Oh, it's just really quiet. Or should we listen to Debussy? Okay, now it's coming out. There's a verse for everything. Oh my god. How about I read like a little bit and maybe I'll do some CC. I don't know. I really shouldn't though. Where was I? I would walk in huge parallel arcs, 2 or 3 hours apart, depending on how I felt and on the appeal of the terrain. Of course, that was much harder to calculate than going straight ahead, when all I had to do was pick out the landmarks and walk towards them. I knew that if you follow the sun, you'd go around in a circle. I got involved in complicated reckonings and experiments on the ground. I need to follow the sun for a while and then change direction at midday. At that time, I had no means of making a map of my journey, but in the evenings, I drew it on the ground with stones and gazed at it for a long time to ensure I had memorized it. I began to wonder whether the bunkers were dotted around at random or whether their location was governed by a plan. On our first exploratory trip, it had been 26 days before we found one, but sometimes I walked for barely a week before being able to stock up afresh. I walked in several semicircles, then, when I was certain I could orient myself, I made big zigzags along the arcs of the circle, in groups of 5, one at each corner of a rectangle, and one in the center. By keeping to a straight line, naturally I missed some. I soon became able, on arriving at a cabin, to work out which way to go to find the next one, and could go to them or avoid them as I chose. I never avoided them, and whether I need food or not, I go down to pay my respects to the dead. I never came across an open prison door. Ah, are you serious? That fucks with me. There is no hope. This is what the book is telling me, like, there is no hope. No matter how many times you have a god run, something will always wipe it. That's what it's telling me. Okay, I'm like walking, I'm like leaning in right now. The coincidence that had made the siren go off at the precise moment when the guard was putting his key in the lock had been unique. Sometimes I marvel at my fate. I had been the only child amongst the women, and we were the prisoners who had escaped with our lives for a few years. This new control over my route dispelled my melancholy mood. After all, I had made one discovery, so why had I allowed it to make me depressed? There would be more. I made another discovery. It was at the end of the day. I was tired and was looking for a patch of ground that would be a good place to stop. It had rained for several nights, but that evening the sky was cloudless, so I could rely on drier weather, which was a relief because I hadn't been able to light a fire and had eaten my canned food cold and congealed. In other words, I needed a thick grove where I'd find plenty of wood to cut, with a few brambles as possible. I looked carefully about me, but with a specific objective, which nearly caused me to miss the mountain of stones. I almost gone past it when the feeling of something unusual made me stop. I turned around and saw the mound that stood out so sharply against the monotony of the plain. There were never piles. It was 2 meters wide and reached almost to my knees. I never encountered anything like it. At most, I had seen a few large stones close to each other, but what I found here couldn't be natural. I took off my rucksack, put it slowly down on the ground, and caught my breath. So she found like a big pile of stones? Is that what she's saying? A mound of stones. Okay. I was almost afraid to start moving the stones. I had to rouse myself. The stones were fairly large, and I can only pick up one at a time. I realized that I was likely to graze my palms, so I tore off a strip from the blanket and wrapped it around my hands, which slowed me down, but in a way, I found it a relief. Page turn. I was terribly afraid of being disappointed and finding, after all that effort, nothing but a few shade-loving insects. It's interesting that it mentions insects because when they first got out of the bunker, they said that there was no insects. So now I'm thinking to myself, why are there insects out? Why are there insects now? The pile was artificial. There was absolutely no doubt about that. If it concealed nothing, I would have to ask myself why someone had made it, and all I'd gained would be a new question. That worthless treasure which was beginning to weary me. This world was like a jigsaw puzzle. I only had a few pieces which didn't fit together. Once Anthea is like one, I didn't mention this, but Anthea is one of the other women from her bunker that kind of was like her mom, and was like the only quote-unquote smart woman, because the main character, and then there's like 39 other women. Like every single woman besides Anthea was like a housewife, or like just like a waitress, or like just like an ordinary job. And Anthea was like the only one that had an education. Like she went to school to be like a nurse, and she was like a typist or whatever. Just some backstory. And then she kind of was the mom, and then she was like one of the last to die before just the main character was left. And they never so far they haven't told us the main character's name, because she didn't know her name, so everyone just calls her the child, which is kind of crazy, because I'll be like, the snot, you know what I mean? Like that, like what? Where was I? I concentrated on removing the stones evenly from the top of the pile to avoid a rock slide. It was slow work, and it took me more than an hour to reach the last layer of stones, which were much smaller and in a shape of a circle. I took the shovel I used every evening to level the ground and begin to scrape the earth carefully. I was on my knees like the pilgrims of the past, and certainly trembling like one. The shovel soon struck a metal surface, my whole being leapt. An intense tremor rippled through me, and I felt giddy. I stood still for a few moments, regaining my breath, stunned and almost afraid. I put down the shovel and bandaged my hand again to remove the last stones. Drops of perspiration fell from my forehead, and I was quaking with impatience, but I continued to work slowly and methodically. Within 3 minutes, everything was clear. In front of me was a round metal cover, a meter in diameter, with a slightly rusty handle set off center. So it was a round metal cover, a meter in diameter, with a slightly rusty handle set off center. I picked up a screwdriver to free and raise it. Was I going to have to lift this heavy-looking plate? I was confused and almost in despair, telling myself that I probably wouldn't have the strength, but I tugged at the handle just in case. I felt something move. I tugged again and found that the plate rotated on a horizontal axis, stiffly, with a scraping sound, but it required no more strength than I had. It rose up, surrounded by a rim of steel, and I saw at a depth of half a meter a small ledge on which I could stand. I lowered myself in gingerly, my hands on the edge. As soon as I gained a foothold, I realized I was on the top step of a very narrow spiral staircase that was unlit. At the time, I never experienced the profound darkness of enclosed spaces, because the light never went out in the bunkers. But the woman had spoke of switches. I felt along the wall. They hadn't given a precise description, but I thought they must be small objects pointed near doors. The main character is interesting because she never experienced like normal human life, but like in Handmaid's Tale, like every woman had experienced normal life besides the main character, the girl. So they would explain like normal human stuff, like periods and like boys and like just random shit like jobs and whatever, and the main character has like no idea like what a job is or like what dudes are or whatever. And she's never experienced like darkness or like sadness or like happiness and shit like that. Or like this, I don't know, like having a family or like love, I guess probably is more better akin. But then later she does feel love for Anthea. I've been groping my way down the stairs, and when I reached the third step, I felt something small and smooth with a button. I pressed. A big light came on just at my feet. The wall was gray and rough like the walls in the bunkers. But the staircases were never spiral like this, and you couldn't control the light. I continued my descent, hurrying at first, but I think I'd only got to about the 10th step when I started feeling dizzy. I stopped, and despite my impatience, forced myself to wait a few minutes until the giddiness had passed. As soon as I started moving again, it returned. Later, I was able to run up and down it, but that first time, even though I was consumed with curiosity, I had to stop several times. I don't know if it's just like she's feeling the effects of like different pressures at different depths. I don't know. There were 80 open-work metal steps. At last, I saw the floor, made of the same rough material as the walls. One last turn and I was at the bottom, in a corridor that was 6 or 7 paces wide and 12 paces long, lined from top to bottom with shelves laden with cans, bottles, and packets of all kinds, and closed at the end by a door of a very strange metal that I'd never seen before. It opened easily to reveal a big square room, which wasn't gray and gloomy like the bunkers. The walls were entirely covered in a beautiful wood with a dark sheen, and the floor was soft underfoot. I understood that for the first time in my life I was about to walk on carpet. Lamps at various points in the room gave off a warm glow, which fell in brighter puddles on a big table, and there were wide, low chairs which I recognized at once as the kind of object that used to be called armchairs. I was choked with admiration. I'd never seen something so beautiful because I'd never seen anything beautiful that was the work of a human hand. I had seen the beauty of the sky, the changing shapes of the clouds, softly falling rain. I had seen the slowly moving stars and a few flowers, but here I see furniture. I was seeing furniture, paintings hanging on the walls, vases, a small carving, but I couldn't be describing these things so precisely because that first moment I saw only the interplay of lines, shapes, and harmonious colors, an unfathomable configuration that completely overwhelmed me and brought tears to my eyes because of the feeling of calm and tranquility that reminded me of the woman singing in the past when it rose up over the plain. Wow, I love that passage. The colors were beautifully in tune with each other and harmonized with the volumes and dimensions of the room. I was still giddy from the descent, and I crouched down because I felt as though I might fall over. After a few minutes, I thought it would be a good idea to close my eyes. The giddiness hadn't gone, but was even getting worse. I rested my head on my folded arms. I breathed deeply and did something I hadn't done for years. I began counting my heartbeats. So, a little backstory to this line. Before they were released and left the bunker, what this girl would do, because they didn't know what time of day it was, and they didn't know what time it was, the girl, the main character, she would count her heartbeats, and by counting her heartbeats, she would then make like a time system and try to like track the time. And then she got so good at counting that she like she was able to count in her sleep and something. She's like, wow, I was like, what the fuck? And then she could tell the time based off of her heartbeat. It's pretty crazy. Also, yeah, I should hydrate. Yeah, I'm reading a book. It's called I Who Have Never Known Men. I was reading a little bit of it before we started reading. Also, I'll hydrate right now. Yeah, I'm hunched over. It's Thursday. Almost Friday. We're almost done with the book. We're like 14 pages, I think. Where was I? I breathed deeply and did something I hadn't done for years. I began counting my heartbeat. This recourse to a very old habit seemed to soothe me. All the same, more than an hour went by before I could calmly begin exploring my new kingdom. I tried several times to raise my head and open my eyes, but I was immediately overcome with emotion. I had to curl up in a ball again and wait patiently for the storm to subside. I was confronted with the human past, in a place that had been designed for the pleasure of the person who had lived there. Who would live there? It was completely different from the bunkers. I had only known the prisons, the instruments that served basic needs, the whips and the straw mattresses that had to be piled up so we could move around. But this secret underground place was a home. I had never changed anything in the way this room is arranged. Each time I used an object, I put it back in exactly the same place. There were 3 chairs on either side of the table on which stood a lamp with a beautiful osher, I don't know how to pronounce it, O-C-H-R-E, osher? Beautiful osher lampshade, and a large clear glass dish. I'm not sure, maybe an ashtray? Away from the table, there were 3 armchairs around another lower table, and a big bed with a colorful bedspread on which several cushions were casually scattered. When I was able to look around, I saw on my right what must have been the kitchen, with a sink, hot plates, and a cupboard containing saucepans and white china plates with a blue floral pattern. One of the taps provided hot water and the other cold. To the left of the sink was a door unlike anything I've ever seen, a single wooden door painted white which opened into a much smaller room with a toilet, a wash basin, and a bathtub. When I inspected everything, I sat down on one of the chairs and then in an armchair. I began to laugh. It had taken more than 2 hours for my amazement and emotion to turn to joy. There was so much to investigate, and taking it all in was so thrilling that I hadn't yet realized that one of the ornaments on the wall was a shelf laden with books. My heart started spinning again, and I stood staring across the room at them for ages. I had read and reread my gardening manual and knew it by heart. Okay, context on this line. When she found the bus full of guards, they all had like a little like guard kit, and each kit had like the same book, and the book was like a gardening book, like an intro to gardening or whatever. And it had like blankets or whatever, like just random guard shit. I could feel my eyes widening before this gift, and to get over the shock, I began to count. There were 19 books, 8 of which were very fat, about three fingers wide. I went over to them. Their titles were printed on the spines. At first, I was so intimidated that I tried to decipher them from a distance and thought I had forgotten how to read. I raised my hand and took one. It felt surprisingly heavy. Then I sat down and stood it up on its edge. On it was written, Elementary treatise on astronautics. What? That is so cool. I would read them. I opened it. The pages were full of words and strange signs, among which I recognized a few symbols that Anthea had taught me. Plus, minus, multiply by, divide by, and equals. I think it was only fatigue that made me wise enough not to go any further than that evening. Afterwards, I discovered that some of the others were more in-depth studies on the same subject. I have read them all, every single word. I didn't understand a thing. So maybe the person that lived here was some sort of scientist, aerospace or astronautical engineer, or some guy that's like in on all this shit. Maybe that's an indicator that we're not actually on Earth, because like a big thing that the women were talking about from the bunker was arguing about whether or not they were on Earth, and like honestly I don't think they are on Earth. I don't know though. It still hasn't been confirmed yet. Do I understand Shakespeare's plays any better, or the story of Don Quixote de la Mancha, or what is going on in Dostoevsky's novels? I think not. They all speak of experiences that I have not known. I think I do better with objects. It took me hours to work out how to use a corkscrew and open a bottle of wine, but I managed it. Feelings remained a mystery to me, perhaps because the sensations associated with them are foreign to me, or because they repel me and did physical contact, which seems to be so important in love. Whenever I think of Anthea's death and the effort it took to hold her in my arms, tears come to my eyes. I try to imagine myself being warm. There's always a point when the whip cracks. A lot of things the woman used to tell me about still puzzle me. I know that there used to be such a thing as money, that everything had to be bought, and that they always found it strange to go and stock up from the cold stores without having to pay anyone. But it all remained rather abstract, and I can't really understand why people kill for money, like poor old Raskolnikov. True, I have killed, but I did so to relieve my companion's suffering, and I always had the impression that they were grateful to me. Okay, so context on this line. While they were traveling after they left the bunker, some died to old age or to natural causes, but some got hurt or like were paralyzed, and they basically wanted to be put out of their misery, and the main character was the one that killed everyone that had to be put out of their misery. Like there was one girl that got paralyzed, so she killed her, assisted suicide, quote unquote, and then another girl that like broke her legs, and she was like one of the last 4 to live. It was like, I don't even know, man. I'm like, how is this girl not insane? Even if I lived in a bunker my entire life, I don't know, dude. I could not do that. It's crazy to me. True, I have killed, but I did so to relieve my companion's suffering, and I have always had the impression that they were grateful to me. But perhaps I shouldn't be so certain. My ignorance of human feelings is so vast that they might have hated me without my being aware of it. Nor do I understand why it is humiliating to wear secondhand clothing. I have rarely worn anything else. I need to play Zomboid. Maybe I should play Zomboid. Dude, there's no way you play with 10% sprinters. That's like actually insane. I feel like if I was playing with sprinters, I would only play with like 1%. Maybe even less. I loved Rose's songs, and I expect I have appreciated music more than literature. If there are recordings in this place, in this equipment to play them, I haven't identified them. So Rose is one of the women in the group that would sing, and then she like sung every time like someone died. I realized that 5 hours had gone by since up above. I felt tired and decided to stop, then noticed the mound of stones. I was hungry. I opened up one of the cans and ate the contents cold. I assumed that the hot plates were working perfectly like the lamps, but I had enough shocks. I was exhausted and didn't even want to try them. I unfolded my blanket and laid it on the carpet putting off using the bed until later. After the whirlwind of emotions, I thought I'd sleep for a long time, but the excitement was too much, and after 3 hours I woke up from a start and was starving again. I went to the kitchen and boiled some water in a pretty little saucepan. The door of the cold store was to the right of the sink, and I was amazed to find a room that was even bigger than the one in the bunkers, crammed to the ceiling with all sorts of meats, but also vegetables and fruit. Each bag had been carefully labeled. There were foods that I had heard of, but which weren't to be found in the bunkers, like chicken, venison, and roebuck, powdered eggs, tomatoes, parsley, cheese, and hundreds of other delicacies which I'd since become familiar with. And bread, which delighted me especially. I decided to have a party with the chicken, which I sprinkled with herbs, tomatoes, potato croquettes, and strawberry jam spread on bread and butter. I put everything out to defrost in the kitchen. Later I found out how to use a sort of oven in which you can reheat food in a few seconds, but that time I had to wait several hours. I was so busy that the time flew by. I ran a scalding bath, and for the first time I experienced the luxury that the woman had so missed. Later it had become something quite mundane, and it was only on my return from expeditions that I rediscovered the magic of immersing myself in deliberately hot water in which I liked to fall asleep. There were bars of soap. Of course, everything was new to me and required long periods of thought. The soap bar had me baffled. I was amazed by its scent, which was so unusual for me who had known no other smells than those of the grasses, the few wild flowers, and the earth after the rain. I tasted it and pulled a face. It was certainly not something to eat. Then I recalled things the woman had told me, and I rubbed it on my hands, but that was no use because I hadn't realized that you had to wet them first. In the end, I got there and I was using soap to wash my hair. When it was dry, I was amazed to find my hair so light and flowing, framing my face so graciously. I nearly forgot. Of course, one of the most wonderful discoveries was the mirror. So this girl is like, I don't know, like 30 something, and she's never looked at, she has no idea what she looks like. She's never seen a mirror or found a mirror, because there's no mirrors in the bunkers. I have never seen myself. And Thea had told me I was pretty, but that meant nothing to me, and still didn't. Even so, I was fascinated and spent hours gazing at myself. I didn't know my expressions. I learned what my smile looked like, and my serious or worried look, and I stared at them thinking, that's me. Even now, I like to look in the mirror. Over the years, I've followed the progress of the wrinkles furrowing my brow. My cheeks had grown thinner and my lips had become pale, but it's all me, and I feel a sort of fondness for the reflection in the mirror. I must have been 14 or 15 when we got out, and Laura had died 23 years later. So when she was finally alone, how old she was, like 38 or some shit. Like, holy shit. I walked for 2 years before arriving here, in this place which I call my home. So then I was just over 40. That was nearly 20 years ago. 22 years ago. I suppose I'm an old woman, but I still love looking at my face. I don't know if it's beautiful or ugly, but it is the only human face I ever see. I smile at it, and receive a friendly smile back. I opened the cupboard in the bathroom and found a pile of towels, but nothing else. I presume that they were awaiting the baggage of the occupants who never arrives. A pile of towels. There was nothing put there in advance, which was a pity, as it would have told me something about him. Him? Then I why this song? Then I went back into the kitchen, made some white coffee. Made some white coffee and put some egg powder in water to make an omelet, according to the instructions on the packet. Then I pulled back the bed covers and slept with my head on a pillow for the first time in my life. I liked that very much. The next day, I began my inventory of the corridor. It contained various tools and a number of objects whose use I never did fathom. I suppose they're electric gadgets, perhaps assembled, perhaps in parts. The woman had talked of radios, televisions, telephones, motorcycles, and cars. And the books on astronautics made me wonder whether it was laboratory equipment that had not found its destined use. There was no written instructions except for the defrosting oven in the kitchen, thanks to which I was able to learn to use it. I prowled around the equipment in the corridor for ages, picking it up and putting it back, because I knew full well that my determination wouldn't make up for the information I lacked. I still go and look at it sometimes. After all, I didn't really know how to read when I found the gardening manual, but I managed to decipher it. I can count well, I can add and subtract easily, but I still find multiplication and division difficult. Same, bro. According to Anthea, that's because I didn't learn my multiplication tables until I was quite old, and you need to learn them when you're very young for them to be etched in your mind. Other than that, I know nothing, and the objects in the corridor come from a sophisticated technological civilization of which I haven't the least idea. The women have taught me what they knew, which was little. They've forgotten a lot, and besides, they lacked the implements to show me things. So I know that people used to knit, and we could have made knitting needles by smoothing very straight twigs, but we didn't have any wool. I sew when I find thread, which isn't often. There was none in the house. With time, I completely worn out my trousers and shirts, but I found a nice piece of fabric in a bunker, and I'm wearing tunics again. The most precious thing I found in the bunker is paper. There were several reams and a box of pencils. That was how I was at last able to learn to write. The books helped me, even the ones of astronautics. Admittedly, I didn't understand the mathematics, but they contained many lengthy chapters of explanations in which I studied the ways of saying things, the spelling and the grammar. I spent a lot of time studying the incomprehensible diagrams with which went with the text. I copied them and that taught me to draw accurately, keeping the proportions right so that I was able to map my excursions. I decided that this bunker would be my home base. I asked myself hundreds of questions about its purpose. It wasn't marked by a cabin, but by a mound of stones that could easily be overlooked, and I wondered whether they were meant to conceal it or mark it. It contained more provisions than I'd ever seen in the prisons, and I'd be able to live there forever. It seemed to me that it was a luxurious place, but obviously I didn't have a clear idea of luxury. In the ceiling, there are the same air conditioning grates as in the other bunkers, and when I kept absolutely quiet, I can hear the same soft hums that indicate that everything is working. The bed is very big, several people could sleep in it, and there's room for 6 people to sit around the table. In the kitchen, there are 4 dozen glasses and several different kinds of plate. Does one person need all that? I'm really sorry that there are no clothes, for not only would it have been useful to find some, but I could also have learned a lot from them. The books only taught me to write. Was this the home of a leader or an outlaw's hideout? I am certainly too ignorant to interpret things that would probably have been blindly clear to the women with whom I've lived, for they at least have seen the world. Then I gave up asking pointless questions. I examined everything, but I knew no more about the absent owner of my home than I had done on my arrival. I no longer think about him. Whatever his plans had been, he failed, and his domain was now mine. Neither he nor I can do anything about that. After 2 months, I set off exploring again. I made more than 50 expeditions, either walking in straight lines or in concentric semicircles. I found nothing but locked prisons. Perhaps there were other places like the one where I made my home, but I didn't see them, even though I never forget to inspect the grounds, patiently looking for another mound of stones. I have understood nothing about the world in which I live. I have crisscrossed it in every direction, but I haven't discovered its boundaries. On my last trip, I was standing on top of a hill. Before me stretched a long walk down in a new plain. I could see a cabin in the distance. Suddenly, I was overcome with despondency. I told myself another staircase, the guard's room, the cage, and 40 emaciated corpses. I sat down, and the realization dawned on me that I'd had enough. For the 20 or so years that I'd been alone, hope had buoyed me up, and suddenly it had deserted me. Also, I think really falls softest kitty. Why butt shaky? Who wants to shake cokes? I thought you went to bed, bro. What the heck? There's a zombie joint where I saw someone did like 16 population with all sprinters. That sounds like actually insane. The game was lagging, frames were so bad. That is so fucking funny to me. I would never try that like right now, but maybe if I like became like a Project Zomboid like guru. That's crazy. She finally gave up. I mean, honestly, she held out hope way longer than me, for sure. Like, I sat down, and the realization dawned on me that I had had enough. For the 20 or so years that I've been alone, hope had buoyed me up, and suddenly it had deserted me. I had imagined 1,000 times a bunker where the cage would be open, where the prisoners, intoxicated with joy, could have escaped. They'd have found the sky, the plain, they'd had trembled, dreamed of towns, of rescuers, but would, like us, have discovered the same hollow freedom. It was as if I could see them before me, looking at me and demanding an explanation. Is this what you have to offer us? Leave us alone. We're better off dead than desperate. I bowed my head and set off home. Yes, I set about writing this account. Apparently, even if I no longer have the strength or the heart to go off exploring again, my hope, which waned briefly, had not really expired. The bunker I didn't enter might have been the one, or the next one, or another one to the west that time I went east. Who knows whether one day a very old man or a very old woman might arrive here, see the raised cover, be amazed, hope, and start descending the spiral staircase. That person will find these sheets of paper piled on the big wooden table and read them, and someone will at last receive a message from another person. Perhaps at this very moment, as I end my days exhausted, a human being is walking around the plain as I did, going from bunker to bunker, a rucksack on their back, determined, seeking an answer to the thousands of questions consuming them. I knew that I couldn't wait much longer, that I would soon have to deal myself the death blow that my companion so often requested, because pain is becoming increasingly relentless. Thank you for the raid, Fafnir. What's up, y'all? I'm saying I'm a VTuber. I'm just reading. I was doing reclairs earlier, and now I'm reading I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm like on the very last part of the book. It's so fire. I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, night, main night. Where was I? This book is so good. Also, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm not tucking you in, bro. I'm not tucking you in. I'll read you a bedtime story, though. From time to time at night, I go upstairs and sit outside. I listen. Recently, I resolved to try and shout at the top of my voice, "Hello, is anyone there?" My voice was croaky and weak, but I still listened. I heard only the soft rustle of the grass and the breeze. Another time, I collected lots of branches and made a fire that could be seen from a long way off. I kept it going all night, although my common sense told me that there was no one. But it also told me that there are so many bunkers, and that most probably, there was another one where the siren had gone off when the door was open, and why should they all be dead? The night goes by. I think of my life, the girl in a rage who taunted the young guard, angry at the present, as if I had a future, or easily climbed the 100 stairs, caught in the web of illusions in the middle of the boundless desolate plain, under a sky that is nearly always gray, on such a pale blue, that it seemed to be dying. The sky does not die. It is I who am dying, who was already dying in the bunker, and I tell myself that I am alone in the land that no longer has any jailers or prisoners, unaware of what I came here to do, the mistress of silence, owner of bunkers and corpses. I tell myself that I have walked for thousands of hours and that soon I will take my last 10 steps to go and put these sheets of paper on the table and come back to lie down on my deathbed, an emaciated old woman whose eyes, which no hand will close, will always be looking towards the door. I have spent my whole life doing I don't know what, but it hasn't made me happy. I have a few drops of blood left. That is the only libation I can offer destiny, which has chosen me. Then I see the pale winter dawn break, and I go back down to sleep. If the pain allows me any respite, on the big bed where there is room for several people. There is always light. Sometimes I hope that one night it will go out, that something will happen. The women were always wondering where it came from. I never really understood their explanations of power stations, pylons, conductor wires, and I have never seen anything corresponding to their hazy descriptions. I have seen only the plane, the cabins, and the shelter which I am ending my days. I have long since stopped trying to imagine things I do not know. I have spent a lot of time studying the objects on the shelves in the corridor, but I have learned nothing. They are perhaps weapons, or a means of communication that would have enabled me to contact humanity. Too bad. I gave up reading and rereading the books in treatises on astronautics. So few things happened during all of those years of walking. I found the bus, I lost the road, I arrived here. In any case, I had to die someday. Even if I had led a normal life, like the woman before, I would still have found myself at the dawn of my last day. Sometimes the woman pitied me, saying that at least they'd known real life, and I was very jealous of them. But they died, and I am about to die. And what does having lived mean once you are no longer alive? And what does having lived mean once you are no longer alive? If I hadn't fallen ill, I think I had set off again all the same and would still be walking because I never had anything else to do. I know, even when I pretend the contrary, that I am the only living person on this planet which has almost no seasons, only I can say that time exists, but it has passed me by without my feeling it. I saw the other woman grow old. I go over to the mirror and look at myself. I suppose I didn't used to have those lines across my cheeks and around my eyes, but I don't remember my face before the wrinkles. The woman had explained to me what photos were, but I don't have any. All I know about time is that the days follow on from one another. I feel tired and I sleep. I feel hungry and I eat. Of course, I count. Every 30 days I say to myself that a month has gone by, but those are mere words. They don't really give me time. Perhaps you never have time when you are alone. You only acquire it by watching it go by in others, and since all the women have died, it only affects the scrawny plants growing between the stones and producing occasionally just enough flowers to make a single seed, which will fall a little way off, not far because the wind is never strong, where it may or may not germinate. Damn. The alternation of day and night is merely a physical phenomenon. Time is a question of being human, and frankly, how could I consider myself a human being, I who have only known 39 people, and all of them women? I think that time must have something to do with the duration of pregnancies, the growth of children, all those things that I haven't experienced. If someone spoke to me, there would be time, the beginning and end of what they said to me. The moment when I answered, their response. The briefest conversation creates time. Perhaps I have tried to create time through writing these pages. I begin I fill them with my words. I pile them up, and I still don't exist because nobody is reading them. I'm writing them for some unknown reader who will probably never come. Chat, that's us. I am not even sure that humanity has survived that mysterious event that governed my life. But if that person comes, they will read them and I will have a time in their mind. They will have my thoughts in them. The reader and I thus mingled will constitute something living. That will not be me because I will be dead and will not be that person as they were before reading. Because my story, added to their mind, will then become part of their thinking. I will only be truly dead if nobody ever comes. If the centuries, then the millennia, go by for so long that this planet, which I no longer believe is Earth, no longer exists. As long as the sheet of paper covered in my handwriting lies on this table, I can become a reality in someone's mind. Then everything will be obliterated. The sun will burn out and I will disappear like the universe. Most likely no one will come. I shall leave the door open and my story on the table, where it will gradually gather dust. One day, the natural cataclysms that destroy planets will wipe out the plane. The shelter will collapse on top of the little pile of neatly arranged pages. They will be scattered among the debris, never read. I found out I was ill 3 months ago. I was on the toilet, passing a motion, when I experienced a new sensation. Something warm was trickling down my vagina, the part of my body which had always been so silent that I never thought about its existence. Context for this sentence: she's never had her period and never had cramps. I'm jealous, but a little bit concerning, right? I leaned over the bowl and saw a big black clot with yellowish filaments. Oh shit. I leaned over the bowl and saw a big black clot with yellowish filaments. Before I had a chance to panic, I lost a stream of blood, and the pain was so acute that I passed out. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, and it no longer hurt. I got up without too much difficulty. I felt a little giddy, perhaps because of the hemorrhage, but it quickly wore off. I washed, then I cleaned the blood-stained floor, and, remembering what Anthea had taught me, I grilled a piece of red meat to make up for the loss. The woman had talked of the menopause, but I don't suppose that it affected me because I never reached puberty. However, there was no reason to suppose that I don't have a uterus or ovaries, even if they haven't developed normally. I was puzzled, then I told myself that there was no point worrying and tried to forget the incident. I'm not adept at this kind of mental activity, and even if I had been, it would not have served me for long. The same thing happened the following day. My symptoms were similar to those of Mary Jane, who, according to Anthea, had cancer of the sexual organs and went and hanged herself from the bar when she could no longer stand the pain. Context for this: Mary Jane was the second woman to die from the bunker, and she hung herself because she was like feeling really sick, and it was alluded to that she had cancer. There was no other alternative, and I wouldn't receive any different treatment. Anthea had told me that they performed operations, gave morphine. Perhaps there are medicines in the corridor, but I am unsure to identify them, and I've never found anything that looked like those bottles from which the guards sometimes took white pills when someone had a temperature. Context for this: when they were watched by 3 guards, and they would only ever give them medicine if they were really sick or if they couldn't sleep. But after they got released from the bunker, they never found medicine in any of the bunkers they encountered, or their original bunker. The pain had been excruciating from the beginning, and it is becoming too frequent. I am suffering more than half the time. It takes away all pleasure from life, and I'm unable to enjoy the moment of respite because I am so weak. I can no longer climb the stairs in one go, and when I get to the top, I'm cold. After a quarter of an hour's walk, I have to rest. Probably the fact that I no longer eat much doesn't help, but if I force myself, I feel nauseous. I'm nearing my end. I am all alone. Even though I sometimes dream of a visitor, I have walked backwards and forwards over the plain for too long to believe it possible. No one will ever come because there are only corpses. How could the father of Prince Hamlet, if he was dead, appear and talk to him? The dead cannot move. They decompose on the spot and are eventually reduced to bones that will crumble at the slightest touch. I have seen hundreds, and none of them have ever come and talked to me in the middle of the night. I would have been so happy if they had, and Thea had tried to explain to me what the Christians meant by God and the soul. Apparently, people believed firmly in it. It's even mentioned in the preface to one of the books on astronautics. Sometimes I used to sit under the sky on a clear night and gaze at the stars, saying in my croaky voice, "Lord, if you're up there somewhere and you aren't too busy, come and say a few words to me, because I'm very lonely and it would make me so happy." Nothing happened. So I reckon that humanity, which I wonder whether I belong to, really had a very vivid imagination. I can't be very old. If I left the bunker at around 15, I'm not much over 60. The woman said that in the other world, life expectancy was more than 70, but it required medical care. There, I'd have had periods and children, and my useless womb wouldn't have rotted. I often have hemorrhages. My womb is disintegrating. I know better than to hope that one day it will be reduced to nothing and I will regain my health. For some time I have been coughing and I have chest pains. Anthea had told me about metastasis. In any case, it would soon be time to take a hand. But I shan't wait. I will do it in a little while, because I have almost finished my story, and after the final full stop, there will be nothing to hold me back. Oh shit, chat, this is almost the final page. As soon as I realized I was ill, I thought about ways of killing myself. I don't want to hang myself and dangle mummified on the end of a rope forever. I want to be lying with dignity, like the man sitting between the folded mattresses. I want to be looking straight ahead of me, but if the pain is too great, I risk something unpleasant. I don't have either enough time or strength left to go to the bus and retrieve one of the guns that I had placed on the tombs, so I sharpened a knife for a long time. If I brushed my finger against it, I cut myself. The blade is thin, flat, and sturdy. I know where to plunge it so that it goes in straight between two ribs, pierces my heart, and stops it. When the pain leaves me in peace, I find it hard to believe that I will do it. When it rampages, my doubts vanish. I'll sit on the bed and arrange the cushions and blankets rolled up around me so that my body is firmly supported. Everything will be perfectly clean and tidy. I hope there'll be no blood, which I know is possible. Perhaps nobody will ever come. Perhaps one day an astonished human being, arriving at the foot of the stairs, as I did long ago, will see the dark wood-paneled room, the neatly arranged bed, and an old woman sitting upright, a knife in her heart, looking peaceful. It is strange that I am dying from a diseased womb, I who have never had periods and who had never known men. The end. Damn. Fuck, this book was so good. Fuck, this book was good. Damn, that book was good. So a little context for this last kind of refrain. While she was exploring, and I'm pretty sure this was after the final woman died and she was exploring by herself before she found this bunker. She found a bunker of 40 men, and she found this guy that was sitting in the corner. Every other guy in that bunker was like freaked out, trying to escape, like strewn out, you know, violent and whatever. But he was in the corner, in the very in the corner of the prison's cage, propped up with like mattresses, and was like staring straight at the door, the entrance to the cage, and was like mummified. And she like that kind of resonated with her, because every time they found a bunker, for the most part, they were normally very like trying to escape violently, There were a few times I think like 2 other bunkers where they found like everyone sleeping in their bed, like very calm, but for the most part, most of the bunkers were of like the corpses in like disturbing states trying to escape. And then another part was that she knew how to stab or where to stab the knife in herself. That's because Anthea, like her mom or like, you know, pseudo mom, she taught her how to kill or how to stab, how to find the heart with a knife and stab it correctly just to kill the person instantly, because as like the only educated woman and as a nurse with training, she was like tasked as like the nurse slash doctor, but she didn't have the heart to kill the people that were like really fucked up. So then she tasked the child to kill for her, which is also fucked up, but I get it. But damn, that book was really good. Oh my god, I like read all of it today. I like blitzed it. It's not a long book though, to be quite fair. It's only 164 pages. Should I read the afterword? I never read an afterword. It's not that long though. I could read it. It's by some lady that wasn't the author. Well, okay, let's read that. I never read an afterword. This is my first afterword I ever read in like a long time. Afterword. So I just so you guys know the author. I just read I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, and the afterword is by Sophie McIntosh. Sometimes we read a book of such singularity and uniqueness, yet such ringing truth, that we wonder why it had not found a larger audience. Oh god, here's the glazing. Jacqueline Hartman's I Who Have Never Known Men is beloved by a small and intense core of readers, me included, and yet has not entered mainstream awareness. Perhaps that's not so surprising, refusing as it does to be put into a neat genre box. It's a philosophical treatise. How do you pronounce that word? It's like treatise. As much as it is a story about an alien world, one that prizes the humanity of its characters and places this humanity square front and center, even in a disorientating landscape of total strangeness. The prose is cool water. Its images are lonely, weird, sometimes horrific, and always arresting. In recent years, we have seen a boom in science and speculative fiction written by female authors, but I Who Have Never Known Men seems eerily prescient, a book from 100 years ago or 100 years in the future. Lumping together female-centered science fiction can be reductive. Problems of women are still problems that affect everyone living under patriarchy. In fact, femaleness is somehow both central to and almost incidental in this novel. Yet there are men among the dead, but the novel would look very different were men to be made an appearance beyond their roles as guards and dead prisoners. Just trying to process what I just read. Incidental. I mean, true. The narrator is at the heart of this doubleness, presenting her memories and theories. Like the way that she so this is obviously told from the point of view of the child. And it's like, it kind of is like all over the place sometimes, because she's recounting this story and you're reading the story that she's writing at the end in the bunker. And she starts it off like really kind of confusing, but she starts it off from the beginning, from her knowledge, being in the bunker as a kid. But then sometimes she calls back in the present to her current state of like, oh, everyone died. And I was like, what the fuck, you know, so. The narrator is at the heart of this doubleness, presenting her memories and theories to us from a space of peculiar neutrality. True, like she's really neutral, because like me, if I was in her shoes, I would have fucking offed myself like, dude, there's no way I'm doing this shit. Like, holy shit. I could not handle it. Every time I see a bunker, there's like 40 dead corpses and like they're mummified, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that would suck. But if my girls were kicking it, I would try to stay alive for them. She's not like the other women of the novel, with their memories of the outside world and knowledge of relationships, sex, love, and family. Her body never developed the markers of reproduction, and being raised in an underground bunker since an early age, she's in a unique position to be a person without any of the signifiers of personhood. She's an example of a person raised without culture, without societal constructs, without knowledge. True. She's a pure experiment asking, what does a person become when stripped to the core, raised in isolation? What might a woman be like under these conditions? Is it a testament to the strength and beauty of this novel that she remained a character too, not just a device? She is formed, sympathetic, and possessing both curiosity and courage. Yeah, like, she is so brave. She is so brave because honestly, like, I would not be able to be the one that would have to fucking take out my girls. Like, there's no way. Like, I cannot do that and then explore for like 20 years by myself. Holy shit, dude. Like, what? Nowhere in this novel is it exploitation, pain for the sake of pain, or needless cruelty. Which I appreciate, because sometimes I feel like exploitative media, especially like, you know, like snuff films and or like, you know, like films like that, or like books that are like that, it's really bad, like for your mental, especially as a girl. The entire novel manages to balance its elegant philosophical concerns with also being an amazing feat of human tenderness. Everything is pared down and everything has a purpose. Hartman shows the worst of what humans can inflict on humans, but also the best that love and togetherness can do. It is a minute account of a nightmare, Hector Bianaccotti, Le Monde, and yet also a triumph of the small, seemingly trivial fragments that make up who we are. It's also ordinary, it's the same as everybody else, exclaimed one of the women when talking about her previous life, to which the narrator responds with, as if she did not realize that for me, nothing was ordinary, since nothing had happened to me. No life is ordinary, the book seems to say. No life is without hope, without light, even during the unimaginable. The plot of I Who Have Never Known Men is simple. 40 women are held in what appears to be an underground bunker, where they have been for many years. They are controlled by male guards, and the usual basic provisions of modernity, electricity, food, and water are available to them. Life continues for many years, until one day a siren goes off. By a stroke of luck, the women are able to free themselves, and they start out upon a mysterious world, gradually realizing, horror after horror, that they might be the last people on this alien-seeming planet. Despite this, the novel chooses to begin with life, focusing on the narrator's coming of age, as shown through her fascination with the youngest male guard. The narrator gives us a frank description of her own burgeoning sexuality, while simultaneously remaining dislocated from it. In many ways, she is much an alien as the planet she lives on, compared to the other women who speak their lives working service jobs and raising families. She has no idea of what a normal human life might look like, and the other women react to this with unease. But maybe it is femininity itself that is the strange thing. From the offing, the narrator's sexual fascination with the guard calls up modern echoes of submissiveness and fantasy. That's like literally Twitch chat. Lol. Anyway. What could be more human than want and desire, the machinations of your body kicking in? And what a strange thing we are forced to admit desire is, when seen at this distance. The narrator observes human behavior and bodies objectively, in a way that is both curious and dehumanizing. Her perspective emphasizes both her disconnection with her body and the essential strangeness of having one, particularly one that you have not been taught about, one controlled by others. She may not have the learned behaviors of dances and marriages, but even a person raised in captivity learns to want, yearns to see beyond their cage. The allegory of the cave! The allegory of the cave! Oh my god, I was obsessed with that allegory when I was a kid. Damn, why did I never think about this? How much of our humanity is intrinsic? How much remains when all else is stripped away? The story of the world the novel takes place is pared down to the point of frustration. It possesses a Dali-esque surrealism. Its landscape owes as much to Beckett as it does to Bradbury. The world the liberated woman walk through seems desolate, dotted from time to time with trees, rivers, and nightmare bunkers just like the one they had escaped from. There is no sense of who had confined them or for what reason, whether they ever wandered Earth. The sparse clues muddy the water further. Unchanging seasons, a bus full of dead guards, captives in cages, a luxurious bunker underground. Nothing is explained, but nothing needs to be. The beauty and power of the novel is in its ambiguities, in the hypotheticals allowed to flourish and demonstrate what they need to demonstrate. It should be unremittingly bleak, for all the ingredients for bleakness are, and yet there is a shining, searching humanity at its core that carries it through. I think this book is a really good representation of like not only like femininity, but also like the indomitable spirit of like of the human soul, because like she really did not give up, which I respect so much. As the narrator discovers her own sense of selfhood and agency, the elder women cling onto theirs. They discuss their past, they rail against having to use the toilets in front of everybody else, they discuss recipes when cooking their meager rations of meat, water, and potatoes. They are aware that the narrator exists in a different world to them, that she is of this world in a way that they are not, a bridging person between the old order and the new. Later on, devastatingly and compassionately, it is this difference that enables the narrator to enact fatal acts of love upon the elder woman. Death in this world has its own dignity, a dignity repeatedly exhorted as human. The other caged humans they discover have died terrible deaths, but the narrator admires those who have died calmly, facing the terror, unfazed, unafraid. It is human to be afraid of death, of unimaginable pain, and it is another kind of humanity that transcends it. This approach to death, to suffering, makes it difficult to analyze such a novel without acknowledging that the author was Jewish, having fled to Casablanca with her family during the Second World War. There are echoes of concentration camps in the senseless cruelty of their confinement, the endless cracking of the whips in the mysterious prison guards, the sickening inevitability as they discover over and over and over that everyone else on the planet imprisoned in the same way as them has perished. And for what? A project with a vague beginning, the confusion the women allude to, sirens and fire and being taken from their homes, and then nothing but an endless, pointless confinement. 40 women in a cage, a freezer full of food at temperatures low enough to last indefinitely, electricity and water that never ceases. These situations of confinement, of cruelty, of hopelessness are not without precedent. We're kicking ourselves if we think of these cruelties as one unique to a fictional alien planet. True. But there is love, as well as horror, all the way through the novel. The quiet, not so quiet utopia, the best that they can manage, given the strange world, their isolation, recalls a subverted Herland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. It is a peaceful world they create, one where they stop searching, or they build houses and settle into routines and pair into couples. So, a little context. After they escape, they travel for like about 2 years, but they have to stop because there's a lot of elderly women, like 60s, 70s, right? So they make like a village, and then they make another village after the resources in that area are used up. And like some of the women like even like are like couples and whatever, and they live together. They form the best possible utopia available to them despite all the odds, and so they live out their lives that way, despite the unimaginable trauma laid upon them for years. While they mourn the absence of men at least a little, particularly at the start, they also manage very well without them. The only man dwelt upon at any length in the novel is the youngest prison guard, and only in the context of the narrator's physical reaction to him. Through this utopia is one without hope of their discovery, or the possibility that they might learn more about their condition. It is one where the characters can live out their days. The women can continue to find a sort of beauty in companionship, adapting to a new way of being, existing in an environment empty of what they know but still underpinned by compassion. But it's not necessarily extolling this kind of existence. Perhaps in its own way, the novel slyly demonstrates the natural peacefulness that a world without men might possess. But also suggests that this setting is the downfall of the women. that they do not go on searching. Would they have searched further, railed more, had men been part of their party? Would they have found the answers over a distant horizon, even if decades in the future? I love this book. I love its implacable calmness, its unwillingness to give its secrets away. It's a puzzle that cannot be solved. It's supposed to be solved because it is in the process of grappling with it that we discover the point for ourselves. Every time I have read the novel has been prismatic, opening up reflections on cruelty, on human nature, on capitalism. Reading it is not a passive experience, but one that provokes, that exasperates, that moves. I love books that make you feel that way, that like provoke you, that make you want to think or just like upset you or like freak you out or like fuck with you. Because like that's what I think we need. We need something that gives us perspective and like shows us something. Because that's art, you know, makes you feel something. If there is an essential message in a book full of such truth, the following sentence is a good place to take it from. I was forced to acknowledge too late, much too late, that I too had loved, that I was capable of suffering, and that I was human after all. Our narrator muses at the start of the novel as her life draws to an end. Then shortly afterwards, after all, if I was a human being, my story was as important as that of King Lear or of Prince Hamlet that William Shakespeare had taken the trouble to relate in detail. The smallness of one person left alive in the vast and mysterious world is a daunting concept. But doesn't the best science fiction make us think about our world anew and who we are? If the narrator had lived a life as best as she could, widely unconventional, but one that had given her joy in many ways, hasn't she triumphed over cruelty after all, over having everything stripped from her, her dignity and essential humanity winning in the end? Sophie McIntosh, 2019. Damn! I can read like the little author about. Jacqueline Harpman was born in Echterbeek, Belgium in 1929. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Her family fled to Casablanca when the Nazis invaded, and only returned home after the war. After studying French literature, she started training to be a doctor, but could not complete her training due to contracting tuberculosis. She had tuberculosis. She turned to writing in 1954, and her first work was published in 1958. In 1980, she qualified as a psychoanalyst. Hartman wrote over 15 novels and won numerous literary prizes, including the Prix Médicis for Orlando. I, Who Have Never Known Men, was her first novel to be translated into English, and was originally published with the title The Mistress of Silence. Ooh. Hartman died in 2012. Damn. Rest in peace. Ross Schwartz has translated numerous works of fiction and nonfiction from French, including several George Simenon titles for Penguin Classics, a new translation of Antony de Saint-Exupéry, The Little Prince, and most recently Marielle Gansel's translations as Transhumanists. The recipient of a number of awards, she was made a Chevalier de l'Ordre des Arts des Lettres in 2009, so I'm bad at French, and received the Institution of Translation and Interpreting John Sykes Memorial Prize for Excellence in 2017. So Ross Schwartz translated this shit. Damn, dude, I read all of this book. I literally read everything. That's crazy. I read everything. I read this entire book. This book is so fucking fire, dude. This book is so good. Oh my god, dude. I just love books that like have... I mean, I love science fiction books, but I especially love books that have like a tinge of like philosophical aspects, you know what I mean? And like make you think about like your life and like the current state of the world and whatever. Yeah, I should probably go to bed. I should probably go to bed. I gotta start reading. I love that book, man. And that's hard to say because honestly, like every book that I've read recently, like I really liked, but there's always something I didn't like. Like with the Poppy War, I liked a good chunk of it, but sometimes I felt like it was a little bit young adult-y, you know what I mean? I feel like the writing was a little bit cringe. But I think I really liked it though, and like the world building. I think Fahrenheit's pretty good. It's a little bit annoying sometimes, like what the main character does, but I think that's for a reason. And you're like, dude, like why are you doing this, guy? Like why are you doing this? But I think Fahrenheit was pretty good too. Like I really liked how it ended, and I think it was really good. I think it has a lot to say on the current state of the world. And then I haven't finished Dune. I'm still in the middle of Dune. And this is probably my favorite book I've read in a while because I read Lipovna. I told you guys about this. It was like good, but kind of fell off near the end. It was kind of like whatever. It was good though. But I've never read a book an entire day before, chat. Like that's crazy to me. I'm like honestly proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for reading, chat. Like I feel like I'm a lot smarter, but also happier after reading. Cause like sometimes like I'll be so stressed out. Like doom scrolling doesn't work for me. Like sometimes like I'll be so like this week I was so stressed out with work. That's why I didn't stream like on Tuesday or like Monday because I was so stressed out with work because they made me sub and then there was testing and then I had to help with testing and I was subbing. It was like the worst thing ever. I hated it so much. But I started reading while I was helping with testing. So that's how I finished Fahrenheit today at work, and I started I Have Never Known Men because I was like, dude, fuck this, I'm working too hard. Yeah, my plan is to read all of the Dune books, but dude, like they're long and they're like it's not grammatically hard to read. That's my biggest thing with classics is like a lot of the classics are just hard to read. Like it takes time to think about what you just read and like understand conceptually like what they're trying to convey, and like in like a because sometimes like just the verbiage or like the grammar was just completely different. But Dune, like it's very easy to understand, but it's just like there's so much lore and like I don't know, dude. Like the names are hard to remember because it's like hard. It's like hard as fuck. Like the Kwisatz Haderach, like dude, like and like shit like that. It's like holy shit, man. Like I love it though. I really do love Dune. I watched both the movies. I watched like kind of like a synopsis on all of the Dune books, so I'm a little bit spoiled, but not really because I don't know how everything went down. I heard that like the later books like Dune Chapter House like wasn't that good, but I'm not. I mean, my plans to read all of it because like I really do like science fiction. I've always kind of like science fiction, but I never really read science fiction when I was younger. I mainly just read like young adult shit, like the the popular shit like Twilight and stuff like that. But I've always like I realized over time that I like sciencey stuff and I like tech stuff and like I love science fiction. Like for example, like I love Armored Core, but like, I never play it and I just like love it, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But wow, I never raved about a book like this much that in a while, which is great. I think also because like I really do resonate with a lot of it, like, you know, womanhood, femininity, also like humanity and like questioning, you know, what makes a human. Like I've also questioned myself, like, am I human? Like almost derealizing I don't know, I'm not gonna diagnose myself, whatever, right? But like there's been a lot of times where like I personally have questioned myself, like, am I human? Like am I a normal human? So I think like kind of like reading this from the perspective of someone that's like never lived like a normal human life and trying to understand that and like human concepts like love and like grief and like compassion and like courage and stuff like that, and like living in these fucked up conditions, it's very inspiring, but also like it's like also despair inducing because like I can totally see this happening, like, and in a way it also has happened, you know, like how the afterward lady mentioned, you know, like World War II and stuff like that and concentration camps, and you know this shit is still happening around the world, and it's scary, and it just kind of gives me like, you know, perspective that I am very privileged to not only read this book but read it to you guys and like talk about it and stuff like that. It is so good. Oh my god, I love this book. I'm so tempted just to like, you know, become like a pirate and just start like scanning books and uploading them on my website. But I'm afraid of like getting fucking like arrested and then like Interpol's after me because I'm scanning books on my website. But I just like I wish it was just easier to live. I wish it was easier to live. I wish Cause like everyone, it just makes me feel like everyone's suffering. Like unless like you're a rich dude, like just life is hard for everyone. Like life is hard for my family, for my mom and my sisters, and I think about that and I'm like, damn, man. But I'm also like, dude, like at least it's not like this. At least we're at, like, let's just start a revolution, chat. Let's just fix the world. Snapballs take over. We fix it and things are better. I will. We won't snitch. I don't know. You would snitch on me if I scan books and upload them onto my website. Free media, dude. Fuck, man. It's just so good. I honestly would. If I was like a no-name streamer and like, and the website was not affiliated to my stream at all, I probably would. But I'm kind of scared because, dude, Manga Dex just got fucking like, just got swatted and then like fucking like 250 mangas got like fucking like deleted and like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's hard out here. It's just the world's fucked up. It really is capitalism. It really is capitalism. That really is the root of a lot of suffering, to be quite fair. I'm radicalized. But I love reading books that make me think about like my life more and make me appreciate life more. But also in a way it makes me scared too, because like I could totally like, you know, see like people, you know, just interpreting the message of this book wrong and just be like, oh, you know what I mean, like, you know, this or that, right? And it's just like, damn, you know. I mean, that's just life. There's always going to be people that won't agree with you or listen to you with both ears and not even understand what you're saying. Damn, sorry, I wanted to like fucking actually play the game, but I don't know. I was like fixated on this book. I was like reading it before stream. I was going to like study like the fights, but I was like literally reading this book. Now I wish there was a part 2. Damn it. Now I want to go like on Reddit and see what people have to say about it. Oh my god. Or should I go on it right now? No, I should go to bed. I should go to bed. Sorry, but this isn't like the kind of content that you like, but I don't know, I just like sharing my interests with you guys. I just, maybe you guys might pick up like little nuggets of information and like maybe enjoy it. Cause there's sometimes like I'll read a book like The Poppy War and like I think it's like there are moments where like the writing is really good, and there are moments where like, I think the writing is like absolute dog water, but like sometimes it'll say like a quote or like a sentence that really just resonates with you, and I think it's just very beautiful. I'll thank you to follow Viennones, thank you. I was also thinking I could be completely degenerate and start getting into visual novels, because there are a few visual novels that I really want to, like, I unironically want to play, like Sayano Uta and like Suba Hibi and like and like other ones. Like I want to play like Chaos Head, you know what I mean? I have like Doki Doki Literature. It's just like I just always have like a bad connotation or a bad bias against visual novels, because like every person that I see that likes visual novels is like low-key kind of like either weird or like they're a little bit silly. So I was like, I don't know if I should be like a visual novel be a visual novel Andy, lol. But I used to love reading, and I really just stopped reading because I had to study other stuff and like just like being caught up in other things. I feel like reading is not, I honestly think like as an adult, like I don't know, there's just some people that don't like reading. And myself, like, I like reading. It was just more so that I just never thought about it or like just didn't care to. But I think this, literally my job motivated me to start reading it. And I think that's like a very fulfilling thing. Like even if I don't, even things like go to shit, you know what I mean? Like I fucking get fired or whatever. At least I've like learned so much and like kind of rediscovered different parts of myself that I like, you know, because I really feel like I didn't do a lot of things that I liked just because like, because I was like depressed in my last job, and I just was like kind of like overthinking my life and like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, just overthinking everything, like just kind of like not thinking that I'm a human, you know, going back to what I was talking about with like the philosophy stuff and like humanity and stuff, and like I think everyone at one point has questioned, am I human? Like what does it mean to be human? Because I always think about, I always have a bad perfectionism issue, partially due to my shit father, partially due to my controlling mom, and partially due to me being insane. So having to, you know, constantly dealing with that, and especially when it comes to not only like my career, but like stream, and then like the way that I carry my life, but then I'm like too depressed and anxious to actually do anything to achieve that. It's a very like mental mind game where like, and this book is crazy because like the main character thinks like nothing like me, so it's like really interesting reading books. I prefer fiction books like if I'm reading for pleasure, but I'm trying to encourage myself to read nonfiction books more because honestly I think I would definitely be smarter. But I feel like I love reading fiction books because I feel like it is more compelling. But if it's a subject that I'm really interested in, like an engineering book, or like a STEM related book, then I'll definitely read it, or like gardening or botany or whatever. But if it's like a fucking like non-fiction book like on, I don't know, like the American Civil War, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I need to read it right now, like fucking shoot me in the head, fuck, you know what I mean? Like I'll be like, yes, I need to read a book right now if it's a book about like, I don't know, like rockets or something. But I also really do like compelling like weird books. I like weird books or books that make you feel weird or like are like psychological or like philosophical or like science fiction or like dark fantasy or dark horror. Like that's the kind of books that I like. I don't like reading like the lovey-dovey like romance books that much. I like reading books that are like weird. I think that just resonates with me more because I'm not because I'm weird, because I just like horror, and I like the absurd. I like absurdity because I feel like, or I guess weirdness, not because I'm weird, I'm not weird, but just because I like seeing something that's like different and like trying to make sense of it. That's kind of why I like engineering, because like I feel like a lot of engineering or just STEM or science is very absurd in a way, because like if you never, like for example the main character like never know, like doesn't even understand like what like astronautics is, or doesn't even know like what a fucking light switch is, like if you don't know what something is, it just seems absurd to you. So like when you start understanding something, especially like STEM stuff for me, like when I first started learning how to code and like understanding like electronics and like structural shit, and like especially like fluids in in engineering, I was like, damn, like this is really cool. And like being able to understand the world around you more and deciphering that absurdness is like a very fun thing to me. I don't know why. I think because I have the adventurer in my heart. Like I like history, it's just like I like science more. Like I like learning more about how like electrical circuits work, or like how like understanding how coding languages work, or like computer networking, or like back end, front end, like structures. Like I'm not the biggest fan of fluids, but I think it's pretty cool. But also it is important for like aerospace stuff because of like liquid fueled rockets and stuff like that, and then like airflow and whatever. But Reaper scans being shut down ruined Megas and like a lot of Mega. I know, I hate that. I'm thinking like why? Like why? I think it's probably just like the publishers trying to get rid of this the scanlations and like the, I guess like the manga websites, just so you can actually have people reading that shit. But honestly, dude, sometimes I feel like it is so hard to like quote unquote like the actually correct way of like watching a TV show or watching a movie or watching a anime or reading a manga without buying a subscription service. It's like that Black Mirror episode, bro, like literally, or it's like, I don't know, like it's just, I wish media was free. I really wish, like dude, whenever I watch YouTube on my phone, dude, you get spammed with ads every minute. It's like, holy shit, this is why people watch Twitch, dude. It's like, if you're not using an ad blocker on YouTube, it's like literally insufferable, bro. It's so bad. So then I just, I watch like I put like a video on whenever I get ready in the morning, like do my makeup and like my hair and whatever. And I would put on YouTube videos because I would be trying to learn something or just like watch like an interesting video. But then I would get so many fucking ads on my phone. There's probably some workaround on the phone, but I'm just too lazy to set it up. It was just so bad and it was so annoying because I would just skip every like minute. I'm like, oh my god, it's like those annoying like fucking apps, like those like fucking like castle whatever, or like fucking like they're trapped in like some sort of contraption. Fucking, I don't even know, dude. It's like fucked up. And then you have to skip it or else it's like blasting like this like cheesy ass like voiceover, and it's like, bro, I hate my life. At least on Twitch, if the streamer isn't like sending those ads every minute, like it's not gonna be as many ads as like on YouTube. Which is surprising to me because I'm just used to YouTube having no ads because I use ad blocker, and I don't have an ad blocker that works on my Twitch because I just use Chrome because I'm lazy. So I'm used to having ads on Twitch. I should just get Turbo, honestly, because I watch streamers a lot and they just support everyone that I watch, but I don't. I should get it eventually. I'll get it eventually. I'm just lazy. But it's just holy shit, man. Like, yeah, what the fuck? How do you even have ad block on your phone? Like, there's some sort of way. I don't know. Y'all teach me later. I'm gonna put you guys in the room. Say bye to in-game sneer. You guys will see her tomorrow. Dude, she's so bad. Okay. Dude, like, I don't know why. I mean, I never was able to fully get my ad blocker to work on Twitch. It kind of worked one time, and then it didn't work. But I was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't care. Like, I kind of just go on my phone or like just do something else when the ad's playing. VAF script. You can use a Raspberry Pi to make your whole network have an ad blocker. Dude, I saw that. Should I do that, chat? Because honestly, I was low-key thinking about doing that. Because I saw like a TikTok about some guy. Because I started getting more like electronics TikToks because I started liking that stuff. I wanted to buy like an Arduino kit and like maybe make like a tech project on stream. I saw this video of like this guy making like a his own Tamagotchi, like little Tamagotchi thing using an Arduino kit. I really wanted to make it. Cause that'd be pretty cool, and I don't have to make the code because they have it on GitHub, so that'd be pretty cool. It's pretty useful. I have one Smith. Okay, maybe I'll do that. If you guys have any info on how to do that, maybe I'll unironically do that because that'd be so cool. I would love that. I want to like eventually make my own like homebrew, like my own lab, like my own like actual like lab, and have like I don't know. That'd be fun. Like I love to have like my own like little like setup where like I work on like engineering projects or like STEM projects or like computer projects. And then I can like do that with you guys, but I need money. But I was thinking, you know, like one at a time, because unironically it would be kind of good to put on my resume, like oh, I do all this, you know, shit or whatever. I don't know, just shooting at ideas. But yeah. Also, I'm not sure about how I want to pace the chapters of the Snot story that I'm writing. Cause I have like a good chunk of the first chapter done, but I was like thinking I don't know if I should post it or should I wait. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I'm probably gonna go to bed. So I'm just hyped up because I finished that book and I really wanted to finish it after I started at work, and I'm glad I did. Did you guys enjoy listening to me read it? Cause I love this book. That's like so hard to say. The next book I really want to read is House of Leaves. I heard good things about that. I kind of know a little bit about it, where it's like a house and it's like weird. But I have Dune. I could read some of Dune. I don't know if they're gonna sue me though. I bought Lolita because I watched the movie. I was obsessed with it in high school, which is on brand. But I don't know if I want to read it on stream because like of the subject matter. And then I have another book, I forgot what it's called. Oh, I have Wuthering Heights, a classic. I've been meaning to read Wuthering Heights because I heard good things about it. And if you guys know Dogman has like a riff off of Wuthering Heights for one of its chapters. It's like Wolfing Heights or something. But I know it's kind of like about this girl that falls in love and she goes crazy or something. I don't know, something like that. So I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. So I could read either Wuthering Heights or Dune on the stream next time I stream. I think I'll probably just read Lolita to myself. I'm trying to think what else I'm in the middle of reading. Oh, I also have manga, but I don't know if I could just read it. I could just like hand cam it, I guess, and just read it aloud. It's just, I feel like it's better to read aloud novels than to read aloud manga, because sometimes it's just like blam, boom, fuck you, and like, I don't know, like your mom's dead or something. But yeah, this book was a little bit like, kind of like damn, like she explained it pretty good in the afterword, like evocative. Like it really does make you like think, and like just it doesn't make you just, I don't even know, dude. It's meant to like provoke you, yeah, like exasperates. It's supposed to move you, and I like books that move you and just make you think about like your life and like Make you think of like hypothetically, what would I do like in this situation? Or hypothetically, how would my life be if I was in the situation? Which I think makes you more empathetic, you know, like also appreciate life more. Yeah, this book was actually cinema. Like I would definitely recommend this book. This is probably one of my favorite books I've read like ever. Which is, I haven't read a lot of books, but so far, like, out of the books I've read recently since I started reading again, like this past year or so, this is up there. I really also liked 1984. But if I had to be honest, I feel like I like Fahrenheit 451 more. Like, I think Fahrenheit is better just purely based off the fact that 1984 is really rough reading it sometimes. Because, like, there's, like, in a chapter where, like, he's reading, like, the manual or, like, I forgot what it's called. Like, he's reading, like, a fucking, like, I forgot what it's like an Ingos. It's called, like, ink sock or like English I forget what it's called, but like the manual of ink sock or whatever, and it goes into like, you know, ignorance is freedom, war is peace, whatever, and he talks about like all the principles that are basically a part of like the Big Brother regime, and it's like it's really rough because it goes into like it's kind of like a non-fiction like history like social science book where it goes into like the political and like social structure of the world itself, but it's really informative because it adds context to the world of 1984, right? But it's like really rough reading there because it transitions from like a fiction novel to kind of like a non-fiction novel. But sometimes it's just really rough because he's just getting, because dude, the bro is just getting tortured for like a good chapter or so, and it's like, fuck, man. And I feel like the guy in Fahrenheit 451, like, he kind of gets like the good ending in a way. In a way, not really, but it's a way better ending than 1984. I won't spoil it, right? But yeah. Sneer, please read manga and voice act all the characters. The thing is, yeah, that's my thing I'm afraid of, because that's chat's gonna ask me to do that, but I think also it would be more engaging, but I don't know. But yeah, I love 1984 because like just like Fahrenheit 451 and like I Who Have Never Known Men, I feel like the message is really strong, and like when a message is strong like that, especially when it's like about a dystopian world, I think it's so important to have this kind of media and like literature in our world. It's just so important because it really just does. I feel like people need to see shit like this to make the world better, because it's just there's so much wrong with the world. Yeah. Yeah, great. Now I know he has a better ending. But you have no context. You have no context, and maybe you might forget. So. But it's so good. I would recommend reading 1984, Fahrenheit 451. But if I had to rank them, I think honestly my favorite dystopian novel is I Who Have Never Known Men. I was seeing this book on TikTok a lot, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll read it. It just sounds interesting. My next book that I really want to read is House of Leaves. But I think next one I would read on stream would probably be Wuthering Heights. Like I've been wanting to read the classics. I read a little bit of Dracula, a little bit of Frankenstein. I got a little bit bored. Not gonna lie, but I really do want to read Dracula and like Frankenstein. Like I really want to read those two. If I had to be honest, I probably would read Dracula before Frankenstein, I think, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I need to go to bed, y'all. This was fun. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'll be live tomorrow. We're gonna try doing M8S tomorrow. Go for the clear. We'll see. If we don't clear, then I'll just PF on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed my stay. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hope you guys, I know it's not what I normally do, but I mentioned to you guys I like reading, and I just like having like these little like discussions about literature that I'm reading, just because like I kind of want to, I have like a lot on my mind after I read a book, and I just want to kind of like process it. So I think by reading it with you guys and like kind of like voicing my opinions on how I interpret it, I think it could be beneficial to me and you. So it's a win-win. And good night, guys. Night Opie, Mystery, Afros, Yaxis, Glacier, Lurkers, Yaxis Mystery, V Knowns, Glacier, Jabril, Cat, Opie, Main, Fafnir, Saltus Kitty, Spooky, C5, Nami Glacier, Spooky, Opie, Milk Monger, oh my bad, Immaculate, Zemos, oh, sorry, Snailer, Rain, Mystery, Zemos, Jan, Taco, Lloyd, Zach, Amin, Mystery, Zach, Jabril, Sinful, Spooky. Sorry, Ember. Night, y'all. Night, Bud Nation. Night, Night all the dormant towers, night shot balls. Was fun. I'm glad you. Oh, also, I posted a new journal entry on Ko-Fi, and I finally worked on my website. I have a links page now, that has like all my links. I'll link it to you guys right now. I made it so if someone was to visit from like my Twitter or something, instead of going straight to my homepage, which can be like a little bit overwhelming, I made this link page for like my Twitter, my Blue Sky, my Insta that has like just all my links in one place, and then you can go to the website if you want to. But just if you guys want to have like all my links in one place, no need, you don't have to visit if you don't want to, but just so you guys see, new page on my website. I'm working on it though. It's a little bit of rough around the edges, but it's serviceable. I think it's pretty cute too. It's like my style. I don't know. I think it's just like if someone was to like get like a little blurb about me and know where all my like links are, I think it'll be pretty handy. But yeah. Do not DDoS my website, bro. Holy shit, bro. That's what I'm afraid of, bro. No, we're chill. Good night, y'all. Check out my socials, check out my Twitter, my YouTube, my Discord, my Insta, my Blue Sky, my Ko-Fi, my website. And yeah. More plans, got some stuff in the work for the Schnabels. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a good night. Longer stream tomorrow. You know, just chill stream today. Just read clears, reading, like my life and in you know, psychology and humanity. Dude, do not DDoS my website, bro. Holy shit. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Sorry I didn't stream earlier this week. This work was rough, but I feel better now, and and tomorrow's Friday, so it should be fine. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Fuck my life. Whatever. Kiss you guys. Night. Night. Now I'm gonna go on Reddit and see reviews of the book. That's what I always do after I finish a book, y'all. I always go on Reddit and go like book title, ending, Reddit, and I always see whatever other people have to say, because like I'm not gonna go on to like fucking Quora or like fucking Google that shit, because it's just gonna be spit out the fucking shitty AI fucking response. I'm gonna go on Reddit, bro. And see what humans have to say. But I mean, there's still bots on Reddit, but for the most part it's like normally people. Time for more unpaid overtime. Dude, literally don't get me started. I'm about to fucking maul you saying that shit. Literally I'm about to maul, because it's unironically true. Okay, night y'all. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. My same group should be going, like same bros that were helping me today should be helping me again tomorrow. That'll be fun. And you guys, bye. Bye y'all. Bye. Bye, see you guys later. See you later, alligators. Now I have to figure out what my favorite wine is. I need to like write down my favorite sentences from books, because I like sometimes I read a sentence that really resonates with me. I like the one that she mentions in the afterword. After all, if I was a human being, my story would... No, not that one. I'm getting distracted again. I love this book. I'm like looking at it right now as I'm saying bye to you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I who have never known snots. I who have never known snots. Good night, y'all.